first you smirked and then you
That's
said,
crazy.
"No, I don't." B, you don't know what to say to work your man if you want to.
I know, but I don't say it.
So do you think most women don't do it when they get mad?
I'm not going to speak for most women, but I know women can. That's why I smirked. I know that women are. I know that women can be really good at pushing buttons. That's why I smirked, but I shook my head because I think that's a wrong thing to do.
Yes.
I feel like you shouldn't say anything that you can't take back because that person's gonna always have that in their head.
So speaking of a professional button pusher, tyranny.
Let me say this real quick, Fatty. Here's another thing to show up his point, Dame. Fatty's point, because Dame, you're not raising your daughter to be disrespectful. So he should definitely be coming to you and telling you if she start doing that. Because I
would respect it.
That's an
if
embarrassment
somebody went to
on
my
you.
dad for sure.
Hold on.
Is that not an embarrassment on you? You not raising her to be that way?
This is the thing that's being way too vague on. Okay. Disrespect in a relationship is subjective to based on what you find disrespectful. Like, for example, so you can't be like, if I'm raising her to like in a certain way that I feel is respectful, I'm bigger based on what I feel is respect.
So use that. Use that.
Hold on a second. But if she gets with a dude who thinks, you know what, that thing that your dad did is, I feel like that's disrespectful or whatever like that. That's on her to either be like, you know, I value or respect you enough to change that and make the change or whatever. Or she be like, well, I don't give a fuck. I don't value enough. I ain't changing shit. And then he needs to bounce on my daughter if she that kind of like obstinate to where she ain't willing to change.
I can concede to the last part because you're right. But I'm saying for you though, whatever you deem as disrespectful, you're not raising your daughter to do that. So wouldn't you want him to let you know if your daughter was behaving that way?
Yeah, like I said, it all depends on what he finds is disrespectful.
I'm talking about what you think. This is what I'm saying. Not what he
disrespectful.
What you think is disrespectful.
Yes. If he's saying your daughter is calling me a bitch every day and she walk in the door.
No, not every day. Let's do it twice. She called you bitch twice.
Whatever.
That's no. I can be doing an extreme, right? If she called you a bitch on January, he checked her, and now he called you a bitch again on July. Is that the fairest? That is fine for him to come to you and to say, "Hey, sir, I told her about not be called it a bitch. She called me a bitch again. What we doing? Like, what's your reaction, Damon?"
Yeah, like I said, real time.
Is it okay, David? Yes or
no. Listen.
He said, "Why is she telling you that?"
Go ahead, David. Listen, I'm like, are you being a bitch? That's
I'm gonna beat my ass 10 times, nigga. I'm gonna get back up. But I promise you, nigga, when the opportunity present itself again, nigga, I'm gonna shine, nigga. In a real way, nigga.
This nigga ain't shit.
Like, are you being a bitch? Like,
hey, I thought we had you on that one. I thought you was gonna concede.
No. You know what's funny about it? If you know what's funny about it, you know what's funny? If that man was calling Damien daughter a hoe, he will never say, "Are you being a hoe, daughter?" So you can call you a hoe. Come on, Damien. That's crazy.
Because that's my what's called. But like I said, if he come and says, you know, your daughter said I'm being a bitch, I'm like, were you, motherfucker? I'm like,
hey, Damien. Hey, Damien. Hey,
that is crazy. I can't agree with you there on this one.
But you know what? Patty, let me say this part. Her judging him as a bitch would probably be based on something that I consider being a bitch.
Check me. Woman call me gay and sassy all the time. So if a woman call me sassy, I go to her dad. Hey, sir, your daughter keeps calling me sassy. But Fatty, why are you gay? Why are you gay, Fatty? Why are you almost Fatty?
At some point. Huh?
Are you homosexual?
A what?
A homosexual.
What's that?
Buckle up, everyone. It's time for some super chats.
Y'all are wild, but this is why I like y'all. Okay, let me read the super chat real quick. Pass to Melanie first, and then we go to the rest. Thank you very much, Mr. Shadow Dragon TV, for the $20 cash app. I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Here
Thank
you
you.
go, sir. $20. Get yourself some food to eat.
If by food you mean drugs, then hell yeah, bitch. I'm about to get fucked up.
Luanda, thank you very much, Luanda, for supporting the show with $5. Thank you very much for supporting the Untouchable Empire.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
Thank you very much. We have once again, of course, T.O. Amazing supporter. Salute to you, T.O. Inside and outside of the court. I appreciate you for the $30 ball. I appreciate you, T.O. Thank you very much. And the new friend, Joseph, with $25 says, always keep one eye open with this new woman. Thank you very much, Joseph. I appreciate you for the $25. Friends, we need to complete the hamburger fund. We need $20, like the diversity today on the donation. So please go ahead. We need $20 to get the goals and 4 members. Okay. So on the other side, we have HQ. She's in the building, of course, talking shit from the chat as usual. She says, oh, Shuki. No. Thank you very much. We have Red Pill Ranger. He says, any woman that calls her husband or partner isn't fit to be a wife. And if you hear a woman using or supporting that terminology, avoid her at all. Bam. Shout out to the lovely Red Lipstick Vibes for the Untouchable membership. I appreciate you, Red. Thank you very much.
The Untouchable Empire, baby.
Right, the Ranger comes back and says, modern women swear they're a muse more like you. And this man is a poet now. Shout out to Chef Chopinho. It's his birthday. If you guys can support him and send him a $5, $10 cash app, I would appreciate you. Salute to you once again and happy birthday, Chef Chopinho. Parabéns a você nesta data querida. Muitas felicidades, muitos anos de vida. Congratulations. Happy birthday, sir. We have Unk saying they bum off us life. Them. They bum off us life. They bum off us like we got 3 to 6 months of them. Damn. Thank you. I appreciate you. Salute to you. One Peel saying, how can someone resent you if you're choosing to be there? There's how resentment grows. You just choose to stay when something is bothering you. Red Pill Ranger says, when a woman really like you, don't need shit. You don't need shit. Women sleep with inmates and dudes with job every day. If you got them, God damn it, I have to learn how to read. When a woman really like you, you don't need shit. Woman sleeping with inmates and dudes with no job every day. If you got to have success, she not that into you. I actually believe we have another one. He says, the meat dropping guys getting the best of her and for free. Man. John Henry in the building. He says, Damien, are you describing the majority of women past 50 years old without kids who have praising single life in their golden years? Thank you very much, John. We have HQ saying, Unk best, no troglodytes allowed here. Damn, that's crazy, Unk. Damn, you're going to allow her to talk with you like that? I say Beams is here in very bad faith, and any man who expresses a faith accomplished about black woman should be ostracized from this community.
Oh man, hey.
Zion 7Z, he says, shaking my head, basically they're giving the milk out for free, so why buy the cow, bro? It ain't that deep. You don't play sticker price for a 120K mile car. Then Carl Anderson, shout out to my boy Carl. I appreciate you. He gifted 5 untouchable memberships for the Untouchable Empire, baby.
I believe that there's multiple so-called black leaders who believe that they are untouchable.
So, you think you're untouchable?
Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We have HQ back again saying Black Book, get him. Of course, the terrorist supporting the financier of Al Qaeda. Absolutely predictable. $2, Little Black Book. Coochie stinks. She's creepy. Damn. Yeah, man doesn't have a coochie. HQ from two bean what? From 2 beans, black woman never change. Wine 2 beans. Damn, $10 to $5 one HQ. God damn it. Black Book, you just got the host in his fifi. Hey, I'm going to your show on Monday. You're talking a little bit too much, HQ. We need to have a conversation. So now it's not us speaking wrong. What? We have more 10 to go. Little Black, globally, man outnumber woman by 1 million or 2. So that's irrelevant. HQ, Beans is here to defend his bull. I don't know what that is, but I think it was an insult. NPC, he says, shout out to Fatty for keeping that Fight Club energy. Have you seen what we've been doing in the last 6 months? We tried to go corporate. There's no much Fight Club energy anymore. We're only pulling that off with 100,000 people subscribers, aka Little Black Book. Fuck your Little Black Book. I want to start a beef right now. Damn, the motherfucker froze. That's crazy. HQ says we said marriage minded, not girlfriend minded, 2 different things. Thank you very much, HQ. And then she says, try being better mates. Marriages will last longer. Then she says, you don't need the Bible for a good marriage. Thank you very much. We have my boy Twisted Pup with the 5 untouchable membership, sir. Thank you for always being kind and supportive. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I
believe that there's multiple so-called black leaders who believe that they are untouchable.
The untouchable empire, baby.
Thank you very much. 5 to go. John Henry says, value has no worth unless it's agreed upon, because in the end, you get what you qualify for. Thank you very much, John. And then John comes back again and says, experience and exposure is a determining factor, but I personally would not want a virgin, not an emotionally inexperienced woman. OG, shout out to OG J Speed. He brought the fire yesterday. Tremendous show yesterday, the return of the breaking ground. We're going to try to do Battle of Sexes next week, okay? So if you are especially a lady and you want to have fun with us, the Battle of Sexes is fighting, but it's not fighting. It's pillow fighting. So if you want to join, just let us know and we'll make sure that we save a spot for you. OG says, Fatty, a virgin woman is the highest honor a man can get for a wife. It doesn't mean woman can get married, but a lot of value is lost. I'm not fight just to be combative. You might be right. NPC saying, loving this Fight Club energy. Peace to all. We're leaving Fight Club behind. Shout out to Anton and Aaron and Brittany B. Kind of. OG Speed, $5. For what is FTT? For Turs and Turtles. Would you ask your father-in-law why the daughter wants suck your wood? Who's your wife?
Fatty, you. That's you, Fatty.
No, that's for you. I don't think it's for you. Would you ask your father-in-law why the daughter wants suck your wood? Could your wife go and ask your father why your wood is not working? Hey, man. I think it's fair. But the thing is, probably I'll go for advice to try to get some pills. So it is what it is. And friends, we got to the goals. Noble, he sent money. $20 for the hamburger fund. So thank you very much. I appreciate
Here you go, sir. $20. Get yourself some food to eat.
If by food you mean drugs, then hell yeah, bitch. I'm about to get fucked up.
Of course, my brother Donnell Hawkins. Always on in the back. Always, always, always send more $20 in. Keep winning, bro. So we get all the goals today.
Damn. Trump got these prices going up. Woo-wee. Let's go. One fatty burger, please.
And friends, before we go back to the show and I give Melanie the floor, thank you once again for all the support. 3,000 subscribers in 3 months. And we were celebrated the 9,000 yesterday, but we got a viral video go viral today. So we already have 9,220. So we might be celebrating the 10,000 very soon, okay? So I appreciate the support. And I won't forget who actually was supporting and pushing us when we didn't add a leg to stand on, okay? So I appreciate y'all. Thank you for always being nice and kind to me and for wasting your time listening to a Portuguese fat fuck just saying random shit to a computer, okay? Appreciate y'all, and the best is yet to come. So let's go back to the show and let's open the panel.
The gates are open! All who seek the panel, enter now!
Let's have fun, let's have fun, let's have fun. And now I have something for y'all. The main event. So let's see what we're talking about.
It's time to do.
Hugh Hefner, the late Playboy Mansion owner and founder, he was talking about the things that make him actually become who he became. And he was talking about his wife. So let's hear from him, and then we go from there. We need 4 members, friends. So if you are ingrained in the chat, please become a member. We need 4 members to get all the goals completed. Let's go.
Virgin, in the sense that I had slept with only one person before in my life, the woman that I then married. Right after I was engaged, my wife-to-be had an affair and told me about it just a short time before the wedding. That, in combination with the Puritan background, had a dramatic impact on me. And I am absolutely certain that a part of what lay behind the establishment of Playboy was a throwing off the chains of personal hurt and indignity, and simultaneous with that, a quest for some better way.
So, Hugh Hefner. I can pronounce the ages so you know exactly what I meant. Hugh Hefner. Okay? Melanie, statement, correct me. Women are creating these monsters. Women in mass, not all, because nothing is all. Women are creating the monsters they complain about. Agree? Disagree? Why?
I agree. I don't think that women really understand just how much men love and how much it hurts to be betrayed. I think they think that it hurts them more, and it doesn't. Because we can still go on and love someone else. It's very hard for that man. Even if he loves again, he's not going to love her like he did that first heartbreak.
Little Black Book, you were nodding your head. Why?
I wasn't necessarily nodding my head, but what I would say is, maybe I wasn't doing my mistake. Listen, he's got to work that trauma out, boy. I'm sorry. Listen, we all get hurt, bro. If you decide to go off and do a Playboy thing, you got to work it out on yourself. Listen, people get hurt both on men and women's side. So did he get hurt by a woman and that caused him to be like that? Yeah. And go and heal. You know what I mean? Men hit women, women hit men. I need him to grow up.
And he did by creating Playboy. That's what he did.
Yeah. Yeah. And he showed where his pain was.
What did you say?
I said he showed where his pain was. We all get hurt, bro. If you don't know how to start working on yourself to actually heal from the pain that you've gone through, that's on you. You know what I'm saying to you? So I'm sure a lot of men will have to say they would like to be a Hugh Hefner. I get it. But the reality of the situation is, bro, listen, we all don't know what happens when we're alone in our bed. Most times it looks good on the outside. A lot of people tell you it looks amazing. When you're alone in your bed, let's see how fulfilled you are really.
Let me go with Deb and Tyranny. I have a different statement. Woman rotations create villains at such a high rate that they end up biting them in the ass. Meaning, every time a woman has a rotation and they choose one man as a winner, there's a high chance that the 4 guys that lost are going to dog the next woman out, are going to become womanizers, are going to not put in all their chips into a woman because they're afraid. Like, is it a fair statement, or you disagree with me?
It depends on the communication. If they knew that there was multiple people, they're not going to get nearly as hurt. But if they thought, okay, this woman is dedicating herself to me, and then she come to find out, no, she was actually doing that with a bunch, and then chose somebody else, then yeah, that's definitely going to affect him.
Let me give you an example that happens all the time, right? I'm courting this woman, she ghosts me, or the communication starts to act weird, and then on the next week, she posts a picture on social media saying, "I love you, boo. You are the man for me." Like, literally, like, we are courting, we are talking with them and all that, and all of a sudden in 2 weeks, now you're showing up with a new guy because I know you've been dating us at the same time, because there's no way in 2 weeks you found the person that you love, right? Do you think if a man sees that and this happens on a regular, do you think that creates the villain that woman complained about? Like the type of man that was lovey-dovey and was trying to get her on the right way, but then he lost. So he's like, oh, so it's about winning? I got you.
Absolutely.
Like, what about you, Tyranny? Damn, Tyranny, your audio's not working? Because Melanie said on the back, I was like, but you didn't talk. Can you scream? Can you say, ah? Close your mouth, Tyranny. Better close your mouth. She will be back. B and Miss Wisdom. Are women creating villains in mass on this dating market?
Yeah, probably.
Why did you add probably on? How many villains did you create?
You know,
B?
here's what I think. I think it's just that men, I don't know, they get their feelings hurt, their ego and their pride hurts, and then they carry that into relationship after relationship, or not getting into relationships, and they start to punish other women for things that have happened in their past. And I think that women do a better job of compartmentalizing, you know what, that was this, and I'm gonna move on and, you know, be open and hopeful that, you know, I'm not gonna get hurt again. I'm gonna show up as my best self for the next person.
Can I ask you a question, B? Who says this? I need to heal, and you have to respect my trauma. And like, a woman comes into the relationship with the man, and as soon as there's problems, she starts to say that daddy hurt her, mama wasn't there, ex-boyfriend cheated on her. Like, women are experts in bringing pre-existing conditions to relationships that they are currently. No, like, it's always trauma. It's always something that they have to heal from. Like, it's always something. So how can you say that woman can actually compartmentalize shit better when, for the most part, all you see is woman bringing healing and finding yourself and all these things? Like, how can
Maybe
you?
it's just that they still keep trying, you know? Sure, they could take their traumas, and now they're like, wait, this happened, and so I'm like this. But men, they're not talking about, oh, you know, this is what happened, and this is why, you know, I need this from a person, or I need this. Then they just start dogging out girls, you know.
Do you think you made any monster in your life? Or you
No.
make B? You
No.
have to stop giving me that smile. You look into the horizon, like, please God,
I had to
cover
think
your ears.
about who I've been with, but I don't think that I've made any monsters. Why?
So you don't think that you broke a man heart so bad that the motherfucker said never again? I am the heartbreaker now. I'm never going through the I love you, I love you, I love you, and then like you never did it.
I have.
A B question, because this is we talk about when you told your husband that you cheated on him. How did he react?
He was really pissed off. He said he wanted a divorce. And then he said, okay, like, what are we going to do? And so then we got counseling.
Did he cry?
Did he cry?
Oh.
He was really pissed. I don't think he cried.
So he was angry, not sad.
Yeah.
Do you think you left a scar on him?
Sure. Yes. But I don't know his relationship status beyond me, so I don't know if he's like a player or if he's still, showing up for women in the same, trying to be with them or be in a relationship or has aspirations to be married again. I don't really know.
Tyranny, you said that you made men. Like you said I did, right? Can you go a little bit deeper into that? And Deb definitely broke some men's heart. Deb is a demon. Oh my God. I see you, Deb. Deb looks calm and collected. She's tired. It was a long week. I'll get into you very soon. Go ahead, Tyranny. What did you say? Like when you're saying I broke a man's heart, like do you think you created any villain before?
No. Yes. Possibly,
Wait, no, yes, possibly all of them?
Most likely. Actually, let's just go with most likely. Okay. Once you don't realize what you got till it's gone, that's your fault. But guess what you got to do? Get over it. If you raising a boy to be a man, that's a part you got to teach him is to get over it. But boys cry more than girls do, So I think you guys need to learn to just move on. I mean,
did you say that guys cry more than girls?
Boys cry more than little girls. Yes.
Do men cry more than women?
Yeah.
No.
You guys don't know how to get over it.
Have you ever seeing a man cry in public is like seeing a cat fucking another cat? Never saw it.
I like it when a man cries.
On the internet, you might see it. If you ever, I saw, you know what? I was going to say this because it's not personal, right? But people crying, right? Like women cry when they want kids and they can have them. Women cry when they hear a song from 1993 that reminds them of that day in the summer. Like women just cry for everything. They cry when they're happy. They cry when they're sad. They cry and you are telling me that men cry more than if you see a man cry, he's serious. If you see a man cry, he really feeling is going through something.
It's sexy. Y'all should cry more.
Have you ever met a man cry, Tyranny?
It's very sad. I will make you cry in a good way.
There's no such thing.
I'm your best friend, so you can come to me and cry to me when your mom hurts your feelings, when your baby mama tripping.
No.
You can come cry on my shoulder. Why you saying no?
Wait, Melody, what did you say?
That's ridiculous that she's saying that a man should cry more. A man shouldn't be crying with you.
Well, okay. Well, you can come cry on my shoulder.
No.
I feel like you end up losing respect for him after a while. If
No,
a man
I
keeps
love
crying
it.
to you, I just don't think that's
I love it.
Have you ever lost respect to somebody when they cry next to you, Deb?
No, but they also at least my ex, he did it one time, and it was with reason, and I was there for him. But I feel like if he would have kept doing it, like every week, it was something new he was crying about. Yeah, I'd be like, you need counseling, not me or my shoulder to cry on.
You are
need
his counselor. When you're his wife, you're his counselor.
No.
Yes.
No.
Y'all are telling me no.
No.
That's crazy.
I feel like they need some outside advice. You can't be their problem and there's and then be their confidant and there's the solution and everything. It's like if you feel some type of way about something that's going on in our relationship, I suggest you get some outside advice because
Why? That costs money.
It's
We
not
can
money.
go to
You're
each
making-
other.
You're not the provider.
Just because of money, just to get help,
I can look as the wife, you are the crown on your husband's head.
Are you married?
Simple.
No.
So, am I what?
Are you married?
Yes.
And so you guys never got counseling, and
Our
that's
counseling was the Holy Bible, and we pray and we fast together, and the relationship works. But if I want him to be good, you know, it's my job first as his wife to assure him that we got this. I like it though when a man cries.
Melanie, why is she wrong? Because you said she's wrong. Like men shouldn't be crying to their woman. They're not there. Like, why is she wrong?
Because he shouldn't be coming to you. He shouldn't be coming to you for anything outside of intimacy. He shouldn't be crying to you. That's inappropriate, and that just shows that he didn't grow up with the correct people around him to help him manage his emotional balance. He's not supposed to be crying with you.
So he only
You
supposed to come to
disrespect
you
him. You
for
think you're
sex?
the alpha. You think
Wait,
he's
so
supposed
you're
to cry on
you're
your
his
shoulder?
sex outlet. Is that what you just said?
Yes,
You're his
are you
outlet
not?
for sex. Well, if the
You
plug
cook,
fits
you
into a
clean,
hole, it's going to
you
go into
please.
that hole. So with that mentality, your man gonna cheat on you. See, I'm more than
No,
just.
no,
I
no,
can
no.
promise you that.
No, you
Okay.
the women that think that that's not your obligation are the ones getting cheated on, not the ones that know their place.
I can promise you're wrong, but okay.
I don't
To each
want
his
you
own.
promising me anything and you want a man to be crying on your shoulder.
I didn't
If
say
it's
I
not
want
due to
it,
the death of like something serious, he should not no, he
but I
does
don't
not
mind
cry
it.
to
I
his
don't
woman.
mind it. I don't mind it.
Well,
This
you're
is why
probably
only
the type
Gemini
of
women
man,
can handle a
you're
Cancer
probably the
man
type of
because
man
we
that's
got y'all.
not desired by many.
Okay, Melanie, look,
If you're
if you want to
satisfied with
argue
that, then I'm
about
happy for you.
should your husband, because you're married, right? You know?
No,
Oh, you're not married, and you're trying to
no.
teach a married woman on what a man wants. You
I'm
can't
not
do
trying to
that.
teach you and
But
your
you,
marriage
okay, but you
anything, but
can't
your
do that.
marriage is not the standard. For
Okay.
most women,
But
that's
I'm
not
saying
the standard.
I know how to get married. A lot of
You
women
know
don't.
how, just because you're married doesn't mean your marriage is anything of any type of quality that anybody else
Damn.
would want.
It's pretty
But
good though.
that's great for you that somebody settled for you. That's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah, vice versa. He's not perfect. No man's perfect. We're all settling. Guarantee you.
No, all
So,
men
so
do not have
tyranny.
to settle.
I will say tyranny. I will say this, right? There's a person on this place that was married for 17 years in a relationship for 25 years. And all of a sudden, we kind of figure out she left for a Discord dude, right?
Stop, fatty.
How can she come in and tell me what is the relationship and what is a marriage just because she was married for so long when we know the quality of the marriage was trash, right? It's a reality. And I know everybody on the panel saying, stop, fatty. I won't stop. I can be stopped. If you say that your relationship for 10 years was trash while you were on everybody's face saying you are wrong, the red pill is wrong, y'all are wrong about women, me and my friends don't do that, and you actually are the woman that we talk about, why should I listen to somebody that
Because it's called growing up and learning from something some people never experience. See, I can talk on something that I've been through. A lot of people are talking on something they've never been through, right? So if I did have a bad marriage, that's cool. But now I know how to be a better wife.
So somebody settled for you.
And I
So
settled
you have
for
to
them.
learn. So you have to learn through your. You can't settle for a man. Only a man settles for the
Girl,
woman.
please, we definitely settle for these men.
Tyranny, you settle for your
Unless
man?
you're dating women, Melanin.
No, I don't date women.
Unless you're over on that side.
Tyranny, you just settle for your man?
Did I what?
You settle for your man?
Is he Aaron Pierre? If you're not Aaron
Tyranny,
Pierre, I'm settling for you.
Tyranny, 1 second. Aren't your husband like a 29-year-old, no kids, like the didn't now he has
My
kids.
husband had children
Now he
before
has
me.
kids. No, now he has
He
kids,
had
but like
children before me.
he had children before you?
Yes.
So you settle for him
If
because
you're
he's
not a father, I don't consider you. You're not on that level.
so you settle for him because he's not Aaron Pierre.
Yes.
So either you get Mufasa or you settle him.
That's done. That's it. That's it.
Did he settle for you?
I don't think he did. I think he's doing the best he's ever had. The best he ever had, baby.
Hey, podcast, stop this. She might be right, podcast. She might be right.
No, listen, I gotta listen.
She might be
You know,
right.
when people don't like each other or they disagree a lot, they always start off and preface their statements by saying, I usually don't agree with this person. I'm not even going to do that no more, right? The fact of the matter is that when Tiffany first started talking, I agreed 100% with what she said. The last part, she just contradicted herself, which the entire damn thing. But when she came out the gate and she landed the haymaker of all haymakers, saying that you're supposed to be your husband's counselor, and every woman on the panel except for Wisdom said, no, you're not. It was over at that point. It's like it was literally over with, debate done. She really shouldn't have said anything else. Like, to be honest with you, and this is exactly what I was saying earlier about when B said, well, I have this faith, and that's the thing that makes me want to be married, because people just be talking. Then when you pull up the scripture that says, well, the scripture right here says you're absolutely supposed to be your man's counselor. It says that you're supposed to open your mouth and speak with wisdom to your husband. When God told whatever the dude name was to listen to Sarah, you got all these different scriptures that show you exactly this is what you're supposed to do. And the women who claim this shit the most be the main ones saying, no, I ain't supposed to have to do that.
So, but podcast, what about Sansom and Delilah? What about like all these men that go ahead, cry to their woman and try to make her a counsel, and then all of a sudden, and this is why your dad said he wasn't proud of you, you bitch ass nigga. Like, this is you can talk about the Bible all you want, but like, what is the woman that when she knows your secrets that you counsel, we went to look for counseling? Don't throw that shit
yes.
on.
To answer your question, yes, we live in a day and time where your woman is going to use what you say against them because they're all suffering under the programming of white supremacy. It is what it is. So there's no way around that. But I'm saying what is, so we're talking about the art, right?
What is supposed to be? Yes. Suppose perfectly. But the question will be, if you know, right? And Damien, I'm going to bring you soon in a second. And by the way, shout out to Maestro. It's the first time I see him. Thank you very much to him and to Glenn for coming on to the show. Okay? I appreciate that. So on 2025 basis podcast, and if anyone disagrees, put your hands up. P, you go next. Should we trust our woman? Should we go for a woman and tell us our deep, darker secrets and ask for guidance, knowing that there's a high possibility if they get mad at us, that shit will be thrown just on our face in 3 years when we're going to something? Should we do it? Everybody, do anyone agree? Put your hand up. You agree? We should go to your woman for counseling. Okay, so tyranny, wisdom, bees do this, and then she did this, like you fighting yourself.
Yes, I need to say something.
Okay. It was the angel, and then the devil said, nah, soft life.
I wanted to clarify what I was talking about. Like, I definitely feel like your husband should be able to come to you when they're going through things that are outside of like you personally. I think that it helps to get outside advice, maybe from, it doesn't have to be a counselor, but maybe from an older married man that can tell you, like, you know what, I went through something similar, or, you know, this is common, or no, you know, check yourself because you're tripping in this situation. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they can't come to you for a multitude of things, but I'm saying that I think that it's healthy that they go to someone else for, you know, marital advice. If you guys are having a problem in your marriage, right, and you're like can't see eye to eye on something, it's like, okay, let me go talk to a counselor, let me go talk to a therapist, let me go talk to, you know, my father who's been married for X amount of years, or my friend who's been married for a long time. Let me get some outside perspective, because right now we just have two different perspectives and I can't see beyond my own. That's that your husband can't come to you about, you know, like, hey, I'm stressed about this, or, you know, what.
Have you ever did it me? Have you ever I got you, podcast, just very quickly, yes or no? Have you ever used private information that people gave to you in a time of distress against them, toward them?
No. No.
No,
I had an ex that had a terrible upbringing. Like,
And you didn't say that's why your dick
I
is
would
little.
I would never say any of those things. I would never throw it in their face about how they were treated or things that happened to them, because that is so fucked up. That is so messed up.
But you said we're having a problem right now because we have a different perspective. There's a scripture for that. I read it earlier. Titus 2:5. Obedience. Period, point blank. If
That's
there's
fine.
a
I
fork in
could
the
be
road
obedient
and the
and still
fork in
be
the
like,
road is
hey, you
wait,
know, I
if
think
there's a
that
fork in the
we
road
could
and
come to a more understanding of each other, but why can't they get outside perspectives or like
not the point. I'm not
advice?
against that. I'm not saying that. What I'm
Okay.
saying is this, right? And I'm sorry I have to say this. You're not gonna go post me. You're not gonna gaslight me. The woman said we supposed to be our man's counselor, and y'all all except for Wisdom did this.
There's
no.
There's
Period, point blank. You said no, right? So now when I'm providing scripture, right, that says yes, you are, right? So if you're saying, well, let me correct myself, that's one thing, right? But I'm just saying the fact of the matter is, you said if it ain't about you, what? If I have a problem with you, I'm not supposed to come to you?
Yes, you can. I'm speaking. Okay, so from my experience, right? Like I said, we can talk about things. I would love to discuss where you feel like there's a problem that I'm, creating in our relationship. I would like to come
Absolutely.
to
You're
you.
entertaining too many guys on social media. What's your
But
move?
at some point,
Come on,
but
wait.
at
Let's
some
walk it
point,
down. Let's walk it
but
down
at
so people
some
can see it.
point,
So we're not just talking. Let's walk it down. So, Bae, you're entertaining too many guys on social media. I don't like this.
mhm. Easy. I respect your perspective. I didn't think that what the things that I responded or whatever, or hearted the comments that they put on my thing was disrespectful to our relationship. But I understand how I am doing something to trigger you, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move forward in a different fashion, because I don't want to trigger you, because I want this relationship.
No. What are you doing? What are you doing? Are you deleting your social media or stopping talking with these people or all that?
Yes, I will stop talking to these people. Let's come to a compromise. You can have a productive conversation. I actually went through something similar about like this with my ex that I was just with. They were like, "You're too friendly," right? And I said, okay, I didn't think that just like, when I'm at work or whatever, just like chatting with somebody was disrespectful. But hey, I understand your perspective and I don't want to disrespect you. So here's what I can do. I will try and cut those conversations as short as possible without being mean or disrespectful to that person, because I'm just not that person. Like, I don't want to be like that. Let me work on that for you. Whether or not I feel like it was disrespectful or not, I respect you enough and I respect your feelings enough to say, hey, if there's something that I can do, let's do that. Now, if we get to a point where I have done what I feel like I can do and we still can't come to a middle, maybe we need to talk to somebody, because maybe you're a little too over, thinking this or something. Maybe we need to go get some outside advice. Maybe you need to go to counselor, because maybe you just had such high, insecurities that we can't move through life in a normal way.
But
that is where
this is what
that
I'm saying.
counselor to me comes in.
And let me not say you, because I don't want to make it personal, right? But if women, particularly in general, were genuinely offering the kind of cooperation that you're talking about right now, why would a man ever need outside counsel?
Just like I said, I offered that to this person and they could not accept that. We couldn't even move past the situation where it's like, give me a chance to like give you what, try and do things in a way that don't trigger you or whatever. We couldn't even get to that point. I think that there is a moment where even your most humble apologies and your submission and your, anything that you could give to them, they mentally cannot, move past. So then yes, get a counselor.
Be honest, you wasn't giving him what he wanted, right? I'll put it on myself, right? So it's me. I got my woman. She's entertaining guys on social media, right? I want her to get rid of social media. She's telling me what she's willing to do. Why am I ever going to be happy with that? I don't want you to do what you're willing to do. I want you to do what I've told you to do. Titus 2:5, obedience.
But
you said you believe in God. You said it's the Bible. You said it's your religion. Obedience. Get rid of it.
Obedience is crazy.
But aren't we moving the
It's in that Bible, though.
But it's not obedience it doesn't say to obey your husband.
It literally says that.
There's
submit to
nothing
your
to
husband
say
and
to
husband submit to
obey
your wives.
you niggas. Okay.
Wait, what?
I thought you
I
were
said what
Nowhere,
Yeah, but wait,
nowhere. in the
wait.
Bible-
Move the goalposts again. On 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3. Push.
Nowhere does it say submit to your wives.
It
does,
says
No.
and
It
husbands
It does,
submit to
actually.
your wives.
It
It says submit to one another mutually out of reverence for Christ. But
So
that
who's
word
the other
submission,
person? The wife?
no, what is it? You have to understand the context. What is it saying? You have to read verse 15, and what Paul's giving you, he's giving you 3 commands, 3 contexts, and 3 like 3 examples of it, right? He says, do this, not this, right? He says, be drunk, don't be drunk with wine, but be full of spirit. Do not use perversive language, but speak like this. And in doing so, when you do it, you do this out of reverence, submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. That word submission is a military term, which is actually top down. That's the actual translated term to submission. It's not the same submission in Ephesians 5:21 or 5:22, where it says wives to submit to your husbands as Christ, as they submit to Christ.
The church. Can I want to say
Because
something?
that would be like this. Because it almost would be like, yeah, men and women, you guys got to submit to each other. But wives, you got to do an extra submission. So you got to submit. That doesn't make sense. But then when you look at 5:21, wives submit to your husbands. 6:1, children obey your parents. There's another example of submission, that hierarchy. And then 6:5, where it says slaves obey your earthly masters. That's another example of submission. So he gave us 3 examples of what that submission looks like back in 5:20.
Now, it also said in the book of Genesis that for the man to rule over her wife is a curse. It also said that we would desire you niggas. So understand, ladies, if you are in a relationship, you feel like you can't leave, it's because it's a curse of Eve. Okay, we had 2. So,
But listen,
and then also, hold on, let me say this, Bees. When it comes to the social media thing, truthfully, because so I used to do the social media thing, and if I would have continued with it, I probably would have been somebody by now because I'm pretty cool. But I fell in love. I found out I was about to have a baby. So naturally, I gave it up because I had to understand I'm going to have to give somebody attention. And I could care less about you people, but I love y'all. But I really want to make this relationship work. This can be eternal. Okay. So, we built the foundation because I let him know I'll do this for you. Now, he still supports me like, hey, if you want to do this, I don't mind. But I just know as a wife, or if you're wanting to be a wife, just don't give up something that you can't take to heaven with you.
But I want to make sure this the point was clear that I was making to be, which is that if you are giving the man, and I'm not saying this doesn't exist, but if I have to quantify it, I'm gonna probably say I'll give you 8% of men. If you're giving the man what he wants, then there's no need for him to have insecurities. There's no need for him to have any of those other things because you're giving him exactly what he wants. But what happens is that women negotiate. The man is telling you, this is what I have a problem with. And you're saying, okay, well, I'll do this, right? That's not good enough, right? I'm telling you exactly what it is that I want or that I need.
Now also understand you can't get everything.
Let me finish my sentence, please. Let me finish because I'll be trying to let y'all finish yours, right? Oh, you pulled it up. So here it is, the scripture that I like to use, Titus 2:3-5. You see 5, tyranny, right? It's telling a woman what she's supposed to be doing. Right? To be young women.
Book says that, look, can you start at number 3 where it says the aged women are supposed to be teaching these things? So when you men try to teach us this, y'all are out of order.
That's a horrible argument. It's regardless.
That's a good argument.
That is actually a really bad argument.
Because you can
read it. It's not a bad argument. Bees, no disrespect. But when y'all try to teach us women, it goes zoop.
Just let me finish my point. Because here's the thing about it. I'm not trying to teach you shit. It's in the book. You can read it for yourself, right? You're not. You know what I'm doing is correcting right now, right? Which is my job to do. It's in the book. People said obedience was not in the book, so it literally says to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands. And
not
that's
baby
not
daddies,
the only
not boyfriends,
scripture.
not some man I just met. Husbands.
That's not the only scripture where it says that at, right? But I'm just using this one. There's more than one where it says that. And the reason why, again, is because he said she wants to be married. She wants to be a wife and to have a husband because of this book, her faith, Christianity, the religion. So here it is right here. What I'm saying to you, it's your husband. And your husband is saying this social media is a goddamn problem. What I want is for you to get rid of it. Guess what you're supposed to do?
Get rid of it.
Hey, this is what I'll do.
Can I
Maybe
respond
I'll
to
do this. You're supposed to chuck that phone out the window and move on with your life.
Let me
Can I
let me
respond to
let,
this?
let me get.
I said
B-
yes, I
Let me
would
get
do
B and
anything.
Glenn real quick on this one. Go ahead.
Okay.
I already said what I was saying. Like I already explained that aspect. But yeah, no, I agree. A submission is submission. It's not. I'm going to negotiate with you. It is. I'm going to follow your lead. I'm going to follow your order. Right. You know. But I will say this though, and this is where a lot of guys get confused. You know, yes, your wives are supposed to submit to you, but you can make it a lot easier for them to want to submit to you if you are worthy of submission.
My husband.
Yeah, but Glenn,
That is the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. So I can.
Can I
can
respond to that? Do you mind if I respond?
Can we get in the box now? That is the
Yeah, we can do
stupidest
that.
shit I ever heard in my life.
Maestro, you literally get the seat after them immediately. You guys have 5 minutes to discuss what is the stupidest shit that you ever heard, because this is a very strong statement.
Will the guard please lock the cage doors at this time?
Get the fuck up. Simon says, get the fuck up.
You're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Again, 5 minutes, and then we go back to Maestro and B, and we open the panel back again. Okay, so good luck.
It's time to do.
So, Glenn, do you want to qualify what him being worthy of submissions look like, or do you just want me to eviscerate?
Go ahead. You could do what you want to do. Then I'm just going to spank you with it real quick.
Okay,
But
cool.
Go ahead. I'll let
Here's
you
the
start.
thing. There's only one reason, one thing a man needs in order to qualify for submission, and that's to be your husband. The very minute you accepted his proposal and married him, he deserved your submission.
Okay, so let's say like let me use the analogy of a military, because that's actually the military term, submission, that you're referring to. So let's say you're in the military, right? And I'm your general, and you're under my command, but I'm doing some fucked shit. Like I am not leading correctly. I'm doing a piss poor job at providing you with the intel that you need, and I'm trying to send you out to battle, and you're putting your life at risk, right? At some point, you're going to be like, this man is not worthy to be following his orders. He is continually leading us down a very bad path. He's not making any course correction. I understand what I'm supposed to do as in the military chain of command, but at some point, this leadership, I cannot work under this leadership. He's not owed the submission or the following of his duty or his orders, because he has displayed numerous times that his leadership is worthy to be questioned.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a process for that. Would you not agree that would be a thing? Now, if the husband was a good leader, because you said all he has to do is be her husband.
That's it.
So he doesn't have to be a good husband. He could be a shitty husband, and you have to obey and submit to him. He could be a shitty husband, a crackheaded husband, whatever. He could be, doing all kinds, and you still got to. No, that's not true.
Absolutely. And here's the reason why.
You can't even point that out. Even finding a scripture to even use that reference to even state that. And I can actually
There's a whole story in the Bible.
I absolutely can, right? So
okay, show me where in the Bible where God told him.
No.
Yeah, because I said you can't use.
I'm not going to show you anything. I'm going to speak from my perspective the way you just did, right? Which I allow for, right? So allow for me to say. Well, here's my argument, my retort to what you're saying. There's a process. Thank you for highlighting that. The process is divorce. I don't want to submit to you anymore.
All right. Exactly. So that is exactly what I'm saying.
As long as that man is your husband, submission.
No, if I don't find this person worthy of submission because they have proven and they have a track record of being unbecoming of this title or role that they have, I am not submitting to them. And that action would lead to the divorce. And that would be their action. So no, they don't have to submit to you, because you can say, no, you're not divorcing me, woman. So then what's she supposed to do? Submit to you and stay married?
Yeah, but here's what you said. You said that men ought to, right, qualify themselves for the submission. And my argument was
that it would be a lot easier for your wife to submit to you if the man qualified to be worthy of this submission. It's a constant proving of I am worthy of your submission because I am consistent. I'm doing these things. I'm doing the same thing that I was doing when we got together.
Right.
When we got to walk down the aisle.
So the thing is, you keep saying that it's going to be easier. Where does it promise you that it's supposed to be easy?
I never said it was promised.
Okay, then.
I said it could be easier. I think it's common sense. I think it's common sense. It's a lot easier.
Fine, that's fine.
Okay,
so with that being said, I don't give a damn about it being easier. The fact of the matter is, here's what I'm saying. I didn't cheat on my woman. You know why? Because she was my woman. As long as she was my woman, I wasn't going to cheat on her. It didn't matter what she did. It didn't matter how many times we fought. She sent me to jail twice. I still never cheated, because that's the code that I live by. You don't get to dictate my behavior by your behavior.
I'm not dictating your behavior. I'm saying, but what I am saying is that if you make cheating as if it's the only egregious thing that could
I'm not making it as only. I'm using it as an example. Okay, I'm saying I don't cheat, so I didn't cheat.
That's fine.
Right?
That's you.
What I'm saying is this: if that's your husband, submission is required. If you think you shouldn't be submissive to this man anymore, then I agree with you. Divorce him and leave him. But as long as what I'm saying. Here's the scripture you wanted. The Bible says that the unbelieving wife is sanctified by the believing husband, and the believing
that's not exactly what you're. That does not state what you're saying.
Please,
it doesn't have to. You won't allow me to finish.
Please let statement from podcast and Lauren. I give you more 2 minutes. Okay, go ahead.
Absolutely. What I'm saying is, if the non-believing wife, the non-believing husband is sanctified by the believing wife and the believing husband, right? Then outside of I would argue cheating, right? I would argue beating, right? Things of that nature. There should be no reason for you not to give me your submission. Any of this shit that's in my character, I cry a lot. So fucking what? Would you rather me be beating your ass, or would you rather me be crying?
What if you are not a good steward with the finances? You've shown over and over again that you are not confident with your money. Huh?
Then you be better at it than me and take over.
Why? Why? That is your job as the leader to provide and protect.
Have you ever read Proverbs 31 before?
Oh, I do. How rare is that woman?
It's not my job.
It is your job, because she had her own money coming in, but it was your job. Ultimately, it was still the husband's job to provide and protect for that woman, regardless of what she did.
Wait, so when you said not be good with the finances, what exactly did you mean by that? Because I might have missed.
I mean, if you are a bad steward with finances, if you squander your money, if you make bad investments, right? Then you're constantly, let's say you're a gambler, you're a degenerate gambler.
Right. Yeah.
All right. You are you are showing her that you are not competent in this area. Why should she submit her finances to you when you are constantly throwing it away? Which when she would save that money, and maybe that her saving that money was making sure you guys had groceries on the table because you wanted to go.
Well, let's be honest. Well, let me answer. Let's be honest. You want that guy to do something. different, right? You want him to do something different. You want him to stop being a gambler, right? We want him to get that corrected, right? If she has tried to meet the measure to get that corrected for her husband and it hasn't worked out and it's to the detriment of the family, I think that's why people are locked for divorce. But that's my point.
I would say even if you're going to use the Bible for a reference for that, you can't even say that's a justifiable excuse for divorce.
Well, maybe.
Because there's only two that the Bible references.
Well, no, but the Bible talks about the hardening of the heart.
Yes, but what did Jesus say?
I don't know. What did he say?
Well, he said in Matthew 19, when he says, Moses allowed you to divorce due to the hardness of your heart. But I say to you, in the beginning, that was not so. A man will leave his father and mother and cling to his wife, then two will become one flesh. And anyone who divorces their wife for anything other than sexual immorality and marries another is committing adultery.
I don't remember Jesus saying that last part.
Oh, I guarantee you. I can pull it up right now.
No, I'm gonna look it up too while you're talking. But I mean, again, listen, I might necessarily would agree with you, right? But I'm just saying, if I think a lot of people still believe that the hardening of the heart is allowed. So if that's what I'm saying, if the hardening of your heart is there, and you feel like I can't do it with this guy no more, he's doing this thing that is a detriment to myself and our children, by all means, leave, Glenn. And I apologize for overstating by saying that was the stupidest thing. It was an overreaction. But my whole point was, if I think
context matters.
As long as I'm with you, I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do or I want to do. I'm going to stick to my code until I'm not with you anymore.
Let me ask you this.
Hey, friends, let me after the question answer, please let me get my answer on the rest of the people.
I appreciate. Yeah, I'm good.
So here's my question to you. Let's say the woman is married to a degenerate gambler.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying her best to submit to him. He works, she works, and you know what? She takes a little bit of her money that she earns, she puts it aside and doesn't tell him. But he demands that she gives him her full check to put into the one joint account that he has, that they share. But she doesn't do that. She actually, let's say she keeps $100 away each paycheck. She's not submitting to him. But why she's not submitting to him is because he has shown that he will use all the money that they have for, betting on the game, or, we're going to win this, scratch or whatever, and their bills are not getting paid. They got kids, and you know what? They need food. And how's they're going to eat when he keeps on spending all the money or, losing all the money. And she not submitting to him has been keeping this little nest egg of, $100 here and there. And she's been using that to apply the food that they need and cover the bills and stuff. She's not submitting to him. So you're saying that she's wrong, right?
No, what I'm saying is that's a great example. And because of that example, I may have to concede that in this moment is probably the best thing for her not to submit, but she's still following the first commandment, which is to be his helpmeet, right?
So what I'm pointing out is
necessarily, you know what I'm saying?
But now back to my point was, a man has to constantly display that he is worthy of submission.
Absolutely, but you are using a very extreme example.
But I'm using that reference.
The percentage of men who will fall in that example is probably less than 5. So
but hold on. When you use an extreme example that they're saying women must submit to their husbands regardless if they're even doing a good or bad, that's what I'm pointing out to you. Is that you did earlier.
No, I didn't.
I said, do you think women need to submit to their husbands regardless, no matter what? You're like, yes, it says it right here. So a husband didn't have to be a good husband. He has to be competent. He has to be doing anything right. You're saying it doesn't matter.
No. So, what I'm saying is that's not the measure. The measure isn't that he has to be perfect.
I didn't say perfect.
Okay, but that's what I'm so what I'm saying is this. Every woman will have something that they could point to and say, that makes me not want to submit to you. If everybody used that as an excuse, then nobody would ever be submitting.
Actually, I would say use the same standard and metric that the Bible says. Right? What is a man supposed to be? A man's supposed to be one, bringing enough inheritance for his children's children. So that means he has to be a good steward. It says that in Titus. All right. It also Proverbs talks about being a man of wisdom, right? Having wisdom and wise counsel, right? So and slow to anger. Right, to be compassionate, have mercy, right, turn the other cheek.
Absolutely.
And so there's a lot of characters that's made with a man. But I'm saying, so if the man is doing those things,
3 things right there, real quick, right? You just named 3 things, right? So what if he's 2 of those and lacking 1? Either one.
It doesn't matter. I mean, I still think that he would. I would say the more the guy is, the easier it would be for her to fall into that submissive role that she's supposed to be obedient to. Is what I'm saying.
Right. What
the
I'm
guys
saying-
can make it a
that's-
lot
I think that's
harder.
where we're differing. I think that's where we're differing. What I'm saying is, outside of cheating, I don't think women have this argument that they don't have these men that they ought to be submissive to. If you're gonna say I shouldn't be submissive to a cheater, I'm not even gonna argue with you, right?
No,
but
I would agree that I would agree with that. I mean, that person has broken the covenant. So what is there to submit?
you know, that's what I'm saying. But
Well, time to move the goalposts again. On 3, fellas. 1.
Land your parachute already, damn it!
I think it's like it's we could all agree that, you know what, it's a lot easier to agree and follow someone's leadership when they are a good leader. When they are a shitty leader or a shitty boss, it's really hard to want to follow their leadership. You know, man, fuck that dude. I'm gonna show up when I get there. You know what I'm saying? But when you have a good boss and you don't want to lose that because they have shown you that they are valuable and them being in your life is of value to you and you appreciate it, it's a lot easier to fall into submission and fall under their obedience.
Even if I agree with you, it's still problematic. I think it just opens up a can of worms for women to be able to point at anything that a man may be lacking to say, see, this is the reason why. We always talk about, what is it, Fatty? The 80-20 rule, right? That women leave for the 20.
Yes. Let me get Maestro, because he's been waiting for a while. He's been quiet for a while. And then B, and then we go back to the open panel. Okay. Go ahead, Maestro. I'm sorry for the wait.
That's all good. Great show, y'all. Great show, y'all. I'm gonna start off like this. No man should ever cry in front of their woman. I'm gonna go take it back, then bring it back to the topic. One, I don't think any man shouldn't ask a woman to marry them if they're not obedient. I get real confused when we use this word obedience only when it's tied to a husband, when it's like, okay, well, why would I ask her to marry me if she ain't listening to my program? That's a part of obedience. You can look at it any way you want to look at it in terms of, oh, well, dogs obey and this and that. If she don't listen, when I show her, tell her I'm doing this for her, she's not listening, I am not going to ask her to marry me. I'm not going to wait to find out if she's obedient after we get married. That's foolishness. Then going back to the point of the finances, Glenn, because you did make some good points, but when you brought in the finances, if we're going to bring into majority versus minority, women are terrible with money. Most of them are. They're the most in debt. We know this. They spend the most, the biggest consumers. So that whole finances argument, I think, was a moot point because
no, it doesn't mean that you have to get to be incompetent in finances.
I didn't say it was incompetent. I'm just saying I'm giving you the stats. I didn't give you my opinion right there. I'm telling you, most women are terrible with money. They're in debt. Those are facts. So that particular argument that you used, to me, it wasn't the best one, even though you made some really great points.
It's the principle of it. If the guy is, I'm just using that as an example. So he's showing that he is incompetent and not worthy of, he's giving you a reason to not trust him in this area. And he's demanding that you submit to him in this area when he has, by you submitting to him in this area, has put your family at risk, your children at risk. So the woman choosing to hold $100 each paycheck to make sure that the kids get fed and the bills get paid you would consider that, well, a sin because she's not fully submitting by submitting all of her money.
Yes. You said the word sin. I'm not going to get religious. I mean,
that would be sinning against the marriage, right? Because God commands women to submit to their husbands, right? And so everything.
To your other point, I don't also agree with a woman shouldn't submit if a man cheats. I don't agree with that. The reason why I'm not saying cheating is good. I don't like cheating. I don't like that people do it, but at the same time, I also understand it ain't, what do they say? It's a fair exchange, ain't robbery if it's fair exchange. So if a woman got the man of her dreams, and he's providing everything, X, Y, and Z, are you saying she shouldn't submit to him when he's doing everything else, but he cheated? Is that the one caveat?
Oh my gosh.
I would say that, okay, when you get married, you are making vows, right? You're making a covenant. Correct. It's a sacrament, right? So when you break the covenant, when you break the contract, the sacrament, right? Then you are no longer owed this submission because you made the contract void from the moment you broke the contract. So why do you feel entitled to something that after you broke it, why do you expect more from them?
Because he's a black man.
I don't think that it's an expectation. I think it's more of an understanding. That's what I'm trying to say.
That would be an expectation. You're under what's the understanding? You voided the contract by your action, right? So you severed the contract.
So you're
when
saying
you cheated.
In this example, you're saying the woman in this particular example, she's never done anything to void the contract. In this particular example,
I never said that. No, because you brought up.
Hold on,
because that would be moving the goalpost. What you just said was, if a man cheated and he's providing all this other stuff, right? You don't see why a woman would be able to like not submit to him just because he cheated. And I said, well, he voided the contract because when he got married to her, he vowed to forsake all others. He had a sacrament with her. You're going to be together, one flesh, to the rest of the end of your life, right? That, and then you said, no, I changed my mind. I'm going to do something else. Well, at that moment, you have voided that contract.
Well, I said in the beginning, I'm not religious. I'm not on the religion.
I know, but I'm okay.
You keep bringing into religion into now the argument. When if we're gonna talk about it, we have to be on the same plane, right? If I'm not being religious and you're being religious, we're never gonna come eye to eye.
All right, then let's talk about contract. If you made a contract with me and you said the agreement was you're not going to, do business with Fatty, right? That was part of the contract, right? And then you voided that contract by going to do business with Fatty. Why do I owe you anything?
So
you're the one that voided the contract.
Then tell me why do women still get the better end of the deal for unreconcilable differences, even when they cheat and they do stuff wrong? Why do they still typically get the better end of the deal?
I'm not doing this. Well, it's not fair. So they do this. That's wrong.
You said
Two
contract.
things could be wrong.
You said contract.
I know,
I'm saying that's
because you know why that's allowed? Why that's allowed? Because men have voted for this shit and men have allowed this shit to go into law.
It's always
and
Tyrone's fault. I get it. I get it.
No, I didn't say Tyrone's fault. It's men's fault. Yes. It's men's fault. Men allow this stuff. Men simp for women to the point where they want to virtue signal and like, oh, we care for you ladies. And and they allow these bills and these laws to change to end up tipping the scale in the favor of women. And then now we're mad about it. And what are we doing? Instead of putting legislation down and saying, no, we want to amend the family law, people just bitch about it. So where's the action?
I agree with you as far as a man having to be a leader. You use the word worthy. You haven't defined what the word worthy is. Is it a man earning his way to his position? Is it a man who has done X amount of things, tasks, achievements?
I would say one is a competent man, but also a man with enlightened self-interest. Do you understand what the definition of enlightened self-interest is?
You want to use these big, deep words, Matt. Go ahead, please.
So it's helping others ultimately helps myself. So I'm not being selfish, right? So I think of others' needs as well as my own. And if I have the means to help others, right, ultimately that helps me because in the long run, right? So it's not being selfish. Enlightened self-interest is knowing that helping others is good for you.
So that makes a man worthy. That makes a man worthy.
I give you two examples of what I think that
I thought it was Thor's hammer. Either way, but the whole point I was saying is the fact that the definition of this worthy that you're speaking of, it
sure,
takes
it's very subjective.
I know, and it takes a while for a person to even earn the notion, and like you said, it's very subjective. Going back to the point of the topic, what a one woman turn who having to, I think that the biggest thing is when a man has poured into. Like if we go take it back to the top, he has poured into, he has leaded, he has done what he's needed to do, and he still doesn't get the respect that he believes he deserves. Maybe she doesn't think he's worthy of it, but he has done these things. I think that probably is what's create the biggest monsters. Not the Pookies and the Ray Rays and others that don't really care. They are already who they are. It's the actual, because it's like you have more to lose when you've gained so much. So I just think, going back to the topic, it is the guys or the men or the gentlemen that are very few. I believe we know that they end up getting this hit early on in an early age, and then that turns into the new Pookies, like the modern day Ray Rays and the modern day Pookies and stuff, and whoever they are. That's just how I believe on it.
I think there's two factors that we
go ahead, please, and then B.
Absolutely. I'll just be real quick, Freddie. I think that when we as men, when we get married, we look at the long-term investment requirements that women desire in a man: a good provider, protector, good with the kids, all these things. But we don't also focus on this other aspect that they don't tell you about, and that's the desire, right? Men, we have to continue to stoke that fire, right? That made her want to jump your bones. Sometimes we prioritize the provision and we think that, just because we bring in the bacon, that means she should be wet. She's not a guy. She don't get turned on like a light switch. Women do need to keep that. You need to facilitate a reason in an environment for that engine to still be purring. You got to be putting gas in your car in order for it to run, right? So you got to keep, adding a little bit of fuel into that to keep that pussy wet. where you have to use some Diddy oil.
Yeah, but the thing is, if she had a new partner, she would need nothing. She would need no oil, no Diddy, no Casey, no nothing. So it's like I don't need an excuse to have sex. Yeah, I don't need an excuse to have sex with my wife on year 13. She has a pussy.
I didn't say you need an excuse.
No,
but-
she doesn't have to do anything extra. Like we know that woman.
Okay, if she got fat,
she
and
got
ugly,
old. No, Glenn, let's look at women for what they are, right? If I got with you at 22 and everything was tight and up there and all that, and now we are 30, 39, 43, and you're a little bit more saggy and you have love handles and all that, I think it will be unfair to say, hey, you have to do something to get my little thingy on your little thingy, right? See what I'm saying?
well,
Like,
let me ask you this: when you got, let's say you got married, and when you got married to a woman, the woman met your standards at that point to get married to, right? There was a certain look. People don't like to acknowledge this, but there was a even look. She looked a certain way that made you say, "Oh, she's worthy to be a wifey," and then she behaved a certain way that said that she's worthy to be a wifey. That's why you chose to marry her, right? Now, that is the bare minimum standard, right? That she needs to, at least strive and maintain to, in order for that to be considered marriageable, because that was the standard that you said that this woman is worthy to be married to. So any decline from that, right? Besides physical, natural elements, right? Getting old, obviously, you could get old, but you don't have to get fat. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to let yourself go just because you're married and be like, you know what? We're married now, so you married me, so you got to accept me as I am. No. That's actually disrespectful to your spouse.
Yep, very much.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This is what men do. As long as she's cooperative, men let a lot of things fly. Lack of
And that's the
sexual
problem with men.
lack of sexual intimacy. Like now you're not cooking every day because you're tired. So now is one takeout a week and another we go out. So now we went from 7 to 5. Like we make a bunch.
How much of responsibility is that on her or on men? For men not enforcing a standard
I
and
can
a
enforce
boundary?
nothing. I can enforce
Yes,
nothing.
you created the relationship standard.
The only enforcement that I can do is leave, because
Okay, then
society, the laws of the land and everything. If I want to have more sex with my woman or I want her to cook more and she says no, the only thing I have to do is leave. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do.
Well,
to
I
actually
mean, that's why I don't advise for marriage through the state. I advise to use covenantal marriages. State, you could do it with the spiritual leader, your
the
church
same
minister,
thing.
whatever.
It's the
No,
same
because
thing.
you don't have to do a state license under those.
No, but it's the same thing. If I'm married
Absolutely.
by the church and B says, you know what, no more blowjobs until the end of your life. I don't care what you say. There's nothing you can do. The only
That'll be
thing I'm
sexually
going,
immoral.
no, but there's the thing. Might be immoral. Might
No,
be
for her
whatever.
to do what she did.
No,
That'll
And you're lucky. Oh, you're lucky, OG. I'm not playing yours. But the thing is, if she says that, the only enforcement mechanism is that I have is go to Alicia and cry. I can say Alicia. Wisdom. I can't since Portuguese. Sorry. I go to the only thing I can do is go to Wisdom and cry on her lap. Oh, she doesn't do it. Like there's nothing. There's
That's a
no
false
enforcement.
dichotomy. Fatty, that's a false dichotomy.
No. You know why it's not? Because you
You're
said
saying there's only one option, and I think there's more than one option.
no. I know there's another option. I grab her mouth, I open it up, and I shove my shit over there, and then I go to jail for 20 years.
Well, there's other options besides that.
No, there's no
Those are-
option.
You're using two false.
So
extreme
what is
options,
what
and
is
there's only
the
those
other option
extremes.
that is going to make my lovely wife get on her knees back again like she used to do in 1997?
You withdraw your meat, your money, your attention, your time, your energy.
I still don't get no blowjob.
No. You give her show her that, like, hey, there's a consequence. I'm removing myself from you because there's a problem here that you're not wanting to address, and I presented it to you.
That's weaponized.
Go ahead, B. Tell him. Tell him, B.
Don't weaponize your resources. Don't weaponize your body, things like that. Withholding from your spouse. You shouldn't do that, period. Okay. I want to just say these few things quickly. I think, Glenn, men could make it easy for women to follow them. Like you said, if you're a good leader, it'll make things easier. That is a true thing.
So B, can you just pause there for a second? This is the problem with Glenn and your statement. For a
Let's
woman,
not. Let's not.
no,
I
we're
just
not going to
wanted
go there. We're
to
not
go
going to
through
go there. We're not going to go there. I'm just saying,
Go
for a
away.
woman, a good leader is a man that does what I want. There's literally what they deem as a good leader. For them, good leader is not the person that gives you the tough advice, the tough
That's your
love.
Why are you
opinion.
choosing
That
to
is your
follow
A
his
opinion.
good
You're
leader
standard?
is a
entitled to
man
your
that does
opinion.
what he wants.
You're
Huh?
entitled to your opinion. That's your opinion. I'm gonna continue. I also feel like Beans, you're right. All he has to do is be the husband for the wife to be submissive or to submit to him. That's true. It says that in the Bible that you should submit to your husband, whether he's a good leader or not. I think there is a story in the Bible of Abigail and her husband Nabal, who was foolish. He was a drunkard. He was also rich, but he didn't treat her well. But she didn't step outside of their marriage. She didn't disrespect him. In fact, she spoke up on behalf of him, saved his whole life because David was like, actually, I'm gonna take you out because you're tripping. You're being disrespectful to me, right? But instead, she didn't. She stood up for her husband without him even knowing whether or not he was good to her, whether he did anything that she wanted him to, like Fatty said.
She played her part.
Eventually Nabal died because he of drinking. I believe he died drinking, and she became David's wife, who David was king. So,
So
anyways,
B, you're saying you're advocating for women to stay in domestic violence houses when their husband
Oh
beat
my
them up, and submit,
God.
right?
Come on, man. No.
I
Come
No,
on.
no. She brought
let
the
me answer. Let me answer.
story.
Let
She
me
brought
answer.
the
Let me
story
answer.
up.
Let me answer.
Did she say he was domestically
I
violent?
don't. He probably was. I'm sure, but I'm not advocating that. I'm not advocating that. I'm just bringing up a story in the Bible where she was submitting to her husband, whether he was good or not. I don't want to get into details. You don't need to
Well,
tell
I'm
me
just asking
anything
you.
else.
I'm just saying.
I'm not bleeding to fight for any specific, woman to be abused or anything like that. Let's not go there. I'm gonna keep going. I think that if you're gonna marry a woman, at the point that you are dating her, peep that she's submissive. At the point that you are in a relationship with her, peep if she's submissive. If she's not, then you decided to marry her, and when she's not submissive to you, you chose that person.
How do you
And you
know?
knew that she was combative. You knew that she gave you hell every time you were like, hey, I want you to do X, Y, and Z. And she
How
was
do you
like,
know?
well, I'm gonna do what I want. You knew she was like that.
No, this is what, like, when you go to your job, don't you work 10 years smiling and pretending that you like that shit all the time, and then you go to the restroom like, oh my god, fuck Karen and fuck Thomas and fuck my supervisor, I hate this shit, and then you go back, hi guys, you want anybody wants coffee? Like, if people pretend that they like their job for decades, do you think they can pretend that they like a man or a woman
Yes,
for
of course they
decades?
could. Yes, they could.
So why are you saying, like, like, B, are you submissive?
Yes,
Were you submissive to your husband?
yes.
Why did you cheat on him?
I never withheld anything from him. I cooked for him. I
You were
cleaned.
you were so
I
submissive that
not
you got
only not
another dick
only did
just
that,
because.
beyond being submissive, I
Huh?
took care of the mortgage. I took care of the kids. I did everything that
You said you was
I was
disrespectful to
dutiful.
him,
Okay, let me say that. Let me say this. I won't say anything like I was a good wife because sure I cheated on him and that was super
and you
fucked up.
disrespected
But
him
I was
verbally.
very dutiful. I was dutiful. I was
No,
submissive.
no.
Until you chose not to.
I never called him out of his name. I never disrespected
You
him.
s-
Did
you
I
s- you
stop
you you,
talking to him? I didn't. I
you
didn't speak a
literally
lot
said
to
it.
him, but
B,
I wasn't disrespectful to him.
you
I
said
didn't
it.
say,
Until you
no, wait,
decided
you're
not
this,
to
you're
be.
that. I didn't pop shit in his face. I didn't do any of that.
But
So
cheating would be disrespectful.
That's
It
like the
was
worst
Yeah.
you can do
disrespectful, and I'm
anyway.
telling you that. I'm telling you that I was a dutiful wife. I was
Until
submissive
you
to him.
weren't.
I disrespected him. I
and this
told
is
him the
what
truth
men
of
are
what
afraid
happened.
of.
He said we wanted to work it out, so we went to counseling. We fall short. I fell short. I admit that. But
No, no, B,
all the
you are
other
not getting it.
times in the
No, no,
relationship,
B,
I
you are
didn't
not getting it.
disrespect him. You know
No,
what I
B, you're
mean?
not getting it. It's not about we calling you a bad person.
No,
Is
Not at
that
all.
that's fine.
is that what Glad said? You were the submissive wife until you wasn't. So I can
I
choose
was. I
somebody,
was never not
and
submissive, but I
it's all
did
green
step
lights,
out.
right?
Right?
And then what? Like, no, but this is what I'm talking about, right? I can choose somebody, and there's all green lights, and then depending on things that you do and I do, One day you woke up and you are a little mermaid.
Hey, things happen.
Your air is
Things
red.
happen.
It's
But
not green lights
my
anymore.
point,
Your air is on fire.
my point was right because my point was you know how someone is before you get with them.
You literally could.
That's not true at all. At all. So
I think everybody shows their best representative.
Let me say this real quick. AB,
You can only show your representative for so long, right?
Do you think when your husband picked you, he said, "Man, my woman is capable of cheating on me"? Do you think he knew? Do you think he knew that?
I don't think that he knew that. No.
So I can pick you thinking that you are A, and later on find out you are B.
Well, wouldn't
True,
that
but
kind of
when it
be
comes
like?
to when it comes to cheating, like you don't know when that's gonna happen.
What is
Who
worse
knows?
than cheating?
Who knows?
B, what is B? In a relationship,
All I
me-
said I wasn't even talking about cheating, so
No,
I don't
no,
know
no,
how we
there's
got
not-
here.
no,
But
B,
what
there's
I
not
was
that, B, there's
talking
not that.
about was
let-
whether or not you chose a woman who is submissive. If you want a
No,
submissive
but that's the
woman, why
point. That's
didn't
the
you?
point.
Why didn't you?
The ultimate sign of not being submissive is you giving your back to another man. That's the ultimate sign. Is like you opening your legs like a Lamborghini and shit, and that man is inside of you. That's the ultimate sign of you actually violating the submission that you have to me, because a woman can be submissive to two masters. It is what it is. You are laying down with that man. There's the ultimate side of you not being submissive. So if
That was a transgression, that doesn't make me not submissive. Now I understand that moment, right? I disrespected our marriage. I take accountability for that on every fucking episode. I don't know. I feel exhausted.
I don't want you to. I don't want to.
But that doesn't mean that I am not a submissive.
Am I a cheater if I cheat on people?
You cheated. A cheater would be someone that habitually lives that out, like constantly, right? Are you a liar? Because I'm sure you lied before.
I am a liar.
What's he talking
Are you lie? So you lie all the time?
Yes.
Oh, damn it.
I wake
If
up.
you're
and
honest,
say-
wait a minute, are you honest about that? Are you telling the truth or are you lying
I
about
wake
that?
up. I wake up and they say, "Hey, Fetty, the show is in
I don't
training."
believe now.
No. So
Right.
I'm a liar on the point that I say white lies all the time, right? Fetty, the show is in 5 minutes. Yeah. I'm getting home. I'm on the shower, right? Right. Sometimes you have to kind of see what I'm saying, not for the most part, because now I don't need to, but especially when I had the job, and sometimes I actually go up late or something like that. I would say, "Oh, it's because I had this issue on traffic." And no, it's because I went to try to get some ass, and unfortunately, like it took a little bit too much. So everybody is a liar. The degree of lying is actually something that you need to kind of understand, because everybody does white lies all the time. It
Have
is
you
what
ever
it is.
stolen anything?
When I was a kid, when I was
So are you-
actually
are
when
you
I
a
was
thief?
no, the last
Are you a
time I stole something, I was not. I consider myself now
Are you a
on
thief
my
because you did that?
one second, please. 1 second, please. On my current version, I am not a thief, but I was a thief at some point of time in my life. Absolutely.
You committed a theft,
Yes.
but you're not a thief because you're no longer doing that or practicing that behavior. So
Yes,
it would be.
but
I mean, you're
one
not
second.
habitually doing this thing.
Can you retrieve property?
Can you retrieve? Yeah. Asset
Can you
forfeiture.
unfuck somebody?
I can't unfuck them.
Thank you very much. That's the point. A person that cheats, you can
But-
never unfuck that dude. You fuck
Yes.
him, he's on you forever.
Yes,
So
they
I would say
cheated, but
property.
cheater would be habitual.
Smiling.
No. Glenn, I agree with you in principle. Cheating is being a cheater is a pattern of behavior, right? Totally fine. But the thing is, between the degree that you do things to people, right? There's white lies, big lies, scamming people, raping, murdering. Cheating is on the murdering level, right? For the relationship, that's what it is. So I don't think you can go ahead and cheat on your husband.
Ooh,
and
Fatty, I'm begging you, Fatty, please let her tell you why she disagree with you.
No, there are a lot of people who have gotten over cheating. I feel like you're talking about murder, it's as bad as that, but I know a lot of people who were married, had infidelity in that marriage, stayed married, and are happily married.
Wait.
Who like, are you talking about men and women?
Why did you disagree again? I'm sorry. What is the disagreement?
All I said was you were like cheating is on the level of murder, but I know married people who have had infidelity in their marriage, into the point of having a child outside of the marriage, and they stay together and they're happy together.
Okay, B. So let me do this, right? I raped you before. I never raped. No. This is an hypothetical, YouTube. I raped you before. It was in 2017. I never raped you now. I loved you. I care for you. I was a dutiful husband. Am I a rapist?
So you raped me as my husband?
We were boyfriend and girlfriend, but then we got married. We built a beautiful family. I took care of you. Am I a rapist?
I forgave you for that, obviously.
But
So,
am I a
at the
rapist?
point that I got married to you,
B, I asked a question. Am I a rapist?
are you a rapist? Oh,
Yes.
I get it. Okay.
Yes is the
Have
answer.
you only did it one time?
Yes,
to
but it's
me,
Wait,
and then I became your wife.
No. A, B.
And then I became
B,
your wife.
I'm going to repeat it again. And shout out to Tommy for pulling up. Carefully, like slowly. Me and you, boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay.
John pulled up.
I took it from you. You cried on the pillow. You talked with your girlfriends. You did all that. I said, I'm sorry. I apologize. I'll never do it again. I'll do right by you. Since that day, I always treat you good. I put food in your mouth, put money in your pocket. We have 2 kids. We are married. Do I stop being a rapist because I only raped you once?
So you asked for forgiveness. Yeah, I don't think you're a rapist. You're not like. If I decided to marry you, if I felt like, oh, he's gonna rape me again or something like that, like I
So if
wouldn't stay.
Wait, Patty, do you see the distinguishment? She's personalizing it. So take it away from that. What if it was your sister that it happened to? Would you still see that guy as a rapist?
Your daughter.
Ooh, my daughter.
Thank you.
Oh,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like when I think
understand why you
about
were
my
saying that, 'cause
daughter,
you
I
were
wouldn't want her to stay with him. But
Yeah.
then you prolonged this story to say that we got married and all this
Yeah.
other stuff. So at some
but that's-
point,
Yeah,
that
that's the
person,
lens you were answering.
But that's exactly what he was trying to prove. If I cheat, I'm still a cheater. I cheated on you. Like literally, if I cheated on you and you found out, let's go with Jay-Z and Beyonce, and he was fucking that white woman, and his sister was giving me the Mortal Kombat combos on the elevator. And now all of a sudden, he treating Beyonce right. He's not cheat. He's still a cheater. Jay-Z, he's a cheater. Is he a good cheater? No, because he got caught, motherfucker. You should never be caught. Other than that, like he's still a cheater because he cheated on somebody. Like he's still a cheater even though she forgave him. So, like, why are we doing
Nah,
this?
I disagree.
So why? Because she wrote a whole album about that shit and she make $1 million. I'm still
No,
cheating.
it's not that. It's fatty. It's one of those things where if you put 90% of things into the scenario, it may fit, but it's like this one thing, it just don't fit. You know what I mean? Like, I think, listen, I did some research on this. More men than we want to admit stay after cheating.
No, absolutely.
Yes.
This is a fact. Actually, I will
It's cheaper to keep her.
I will be even
Cheaper to
worse.
keep her.
If
And they
you
also
have-
want access to their children. That's why.
Yes, if you have a relationship 7 years and up, I believe that men stay more than women when they cheat.
Yes.
Because men will never come to the public and say that shit. But the only sign that men leave is when it's public. Because it's the public embarrassment. They don't want to come on YouTube and are like, right? But if it's private and nobody knows nothing and there's not a scandal between the family, these men will take it on a chin and move on. They will fight for her, saying, please take me back. Don't go. I'm better than you.
So fatty, just because it's me, and if I don't do it, somebody gonna call me out for it, then you might have to concede that you overspoke when you said cheating is up here with murder. because
No,
way
you know,
more people
because
accepted it and than not.
yes, because cheating is not about the action; it's about the lie. You see what I'm saying? It's about the lie. That is the ultimate lie. You see what I'm saying? It's the
Right? 'Cause now I don't
backstabbing.
know if I can believe
Yes.
Deception.
Yeah, it's the ultimate deception because you cuffed your woman because you didn't want Tommy to fuck on her, right? That's why you took her out of the market. You were like, "Oh shit!"
FYI, I still don't. She's my ex, and I still don't want Tommy to fuck.
But you see,
I ain't mad about you about that.
a podcast. And Tommy, you can go next, and then I will open the panels for the people that didn't talk, especially OG, right? So podcast. I talk about my situation all the time. I broke my relationships. I was grieving like I broke the relationships. When I found out that my ex was fucking on another man, and I broke up the relationship. Like it's the ultimate, like I can even look at you and look at you funny because now I'm right. You see what I'm saying? So it's once again, once you do it, it's kind of cool that B at least is being public and trying to take accountability because she could lie about it and all that. But if you have it on you to cheat one time, I guarantee you have on you to do it for the rest of your life. Because most people, most cheaters, they never regret that they cheated. They regret they got caught. And we kind of know, because once again, I don't want to put this picture up because before Tommy is talking, but respectfully, once again, respectfully, y'all married people a lot of times, you are pushing shit, is very like clean cut, and we believe in you and all that. But reality is nobody comes in and says it's going cheating on their wife for 7 years. And these motherfucker going on a Coldplay concert, kissing on her neck, and all that shit. Like, everybody think he's an upstanding dude. Matter of fact, does she look like a thought? Does she look like a woman that will suck a man dick while she has a husband in their house? She looks like a regular 40-something woman. But once again, for this to happen, for you to inflict this amount of damage into people that you love, you have to. I wasn't talking with you, sorry. You have to kind of make peace with the fact that, once again, especially when people get bored or when people are mad at you, they will pull the most nasty, most ruthless, most like they would go ahead and suck a dick of a junkie just to make you mad. They will just go and up on the dick of a homeless man just to feel alive. And when you kind of reconcile this with what we're asking from woman, you can do everything to me, but don't take my kids and don't cheat on me. If you fuck up one of those capital sins, I don't think there's no reason for you to stay. Matter of fact, I think you have no self-respect at all if you actually stay. Go ahead, Tommy.
First off, both of y'all are right, and it's crazy how both of y'all.
And by the way, that hat is crazy, Tommy. Stop stealing my swag.
Player hat, ain't it? You know it is. Player hat. But both of y'all are right, which is crazy in this situation. She's right because there are plenty of people who've survived cheating on the woman's part. It's just men don't come out and say it because nobody's going to feel bad for you. Because as soon as you come out and say, my girl cheated on me, but I stayed, everybody going to make fun of you. Everybody makes fun of the guy who stayed with the girl who cheats. Everybody lionizes the woman who stayed with the man who cheats. She's a good woman. She stayed because in spite of. But
Beyonce and Will Smith.
Yeah, like perfect example. And so when you said he's a fool, technically you're right too, because a person who cheats doesn't cheat once. And that girl didn't come to you, because if she came to you and said, you know, if you love a man, here's what I know you'd do. Say you stepped out. You'd regret it as soon as you did it. As soon as you got back home with that man. As soon as you sat on the couch with that man. As soon as you sat around your children with that man. As soon as you watched Game of Thrones and you saw a nigga fucking another bitch on Game of Thrones, you'd be thinking, I did that.
That's crazy.
You'd feel bad. But like Fatty said, they don't. They don't feel bad until they get caught. So a person who doesn't feel bad until they got caught, they did it more than once. And the more they did it, the more comfortable they felt doing it. Just like a killer. The first kill, that's the most nervous a killer is. Every time they kill after that, they get real comfortable. Yeah.
I cheated one time and I've never cheated again. And I would never again because I felt guilty. And because I felt guilty, I wasn't found out, but I told them what I did because it was eating my conscience. I felt terrible. Like you said, you go around that person, you're sitting there with them and you feel bad. Like
Mhm.
it's not something that I wanted to I didn't want to hurt that person, but I had to come clean and tell them what I had done for them and for me. Like,
Would you forgive him if like a future husband? Would you forgive him if he cheated on you?
yeah.
What about you, Deb?
No, I left.
What if your future husband, right? This is your dream guy. You are a little bit older, a little bit more wiser. Like if he
No.
cheated on you, you out. You
I
done.
left my baby daddy. I'll leave anyone. Yeah.
Ooh, we. What about you, Wisdom? Would cheating deal breaker?
Deal breaker.
Deb,
But like I said, I know people. In
Respect.
fact, I'll be honest and say in my parents' marriage there was infidelity. They're still together to this day. And so I have an example of people who were able to work through things and
Yeah.
because they loved each other enough, they forgave each other and stayed together and they're happily married still. Like my dad, he treats my mom really well. He did have that transgression. My mom treats my father very well and is super submissive to him.
Yep.
And she also cheated on him. So I think that people's experiences and things that they have seen happen plays a big part in how they respond to those things happening to them.
go ahead, Tommy, and then OG.
Yeah, to me, this is the easy part of it. If you're a guy and your ego is tied to sex, you can't get over it. If you're a guy, though, and your ego ain't tied to sex, or a woman and your ego ain't tied to possession, so it's the person and what it's tied to. But there are a lot of people who have stayed, like B said, but they weren't happy. They were miserable, but they stayed because of the kids. They stayed because of the public perception. I don't
There
want
you
to
go.
want people to know. So there are people who you thought, well, they stayed together and it worked out. No, they stayed together miserably, but they stayed together. So I think that might be what Fatty's getting at. Even the people who stayed at, like that man no longer feels like a man. Because when a woman cheats on a man, it's a direct reflection of how she feels about him.
But OG, that's literally the topic of the show today, right? Hugh Hefner was a virgin. He got engaged with a woman. He went to the military. She cheated on him with another dude, and they still got married. But he's saying that he thinks that the Playboy, like the him creating Playboy, was because of that situation. It was I am so pure, I don't deserve this, so I'm going to go all the way to the other side of the road because, hey man, I'm not going to go through that shit again. It is what it is. You break my heart, now I'm not willing to be on the street, try to actually fall in love with people back again and all. And he tried. But I guarantee you that all of his marriages that he had, and you know, he married a Playboy, like Playmates and all that, it were not as genuine, or he's not like this is my woman, I love her, she's just mine. It was more of a, hey man, I have so much money.
Fatty, I've been a dog since the first time I got cheated on. I think men love harder than women. I was young, but ever since then, I kept saying, if this girl who I gave everything to did this, I'd be a fool to be faithful to anybody.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of men run into that problem. Like when we get cheated on after being faithful to you, it looks way worse on us than when you do it. And we know how that's going to look publicly. So what I look like just having one person putting all my eggs in this basket, and then you make a fucking fool out of me. And all I was doing was being a great husband. Nah, at least if you step out, at least I know I was skeeting in faces.
Now, the biggest thing added to that, what Tommy's saying, man, to go with that, you have to also look at the level of value in that situation. Because if the guy stays and she got what she wanted, who was the most valuable person in the relationship? Did the most valued person cheat, or was it just a scallywag? Because if the bum person in the relationship cheats, it's nothing to be considered. The other person to be like, bye or yeah, whatever. But if the most valued person in the relationship cheats and the other person is worried about losing that person, you will find that person acquiescing first in more times than not. Now, add to that also. Let's give this consideration here. When we talk about whether or not who was the most value, what did I say earlier before I had to drop? Value has no worth unless it's agreed upon, because you get what you qualify for. But even then again, it doesn't matter. As I said before, a woman knows who she's looking for. If you get her time, you're who she's looking for, or you are an acceptable alternative until what she comes to what she wants comes through. So even then, you don't know. So whoever cheats first, ask yourself, who is the one who is going to take it the worst when it comes back? Because I've seen guys saying, I've seen guys who have stayed, oh, it's for the kids or whatnot. But it was a worry that, okay, well, maybe it won't happen again. I won't say once a cheater, always a cheater. But the thing here is that if you do not have any value of what you got at the house, you're going to cheat anyway. So the question is, how long are you going to deal with that person? It's
Let me ask you something, John. Let me ask to you and to OG. I say this on Anton. If your wife catch you cheating, leave. Because I don't care if it's going to be 1 day, 1 week, 10 decades. That woman is going to revenge. That woman is going to. You are going to leave your socks in the middle of the house, and she's going to say, "Oh my God, I'm going to cheat on you." Like I don't believe. Like when women say, like B said, "Oh, for me, I'm not leaving." Right? I believe that the woman that say that shit, they know they're going to fuck on something if the man actually pulls up with the woman.
Payback.
Like it's because I seen it. Like when women are mad at you or resent you, they will burn. Like that saying, like African saying, the kid that didn't feel the warmth of the village, burn it just to feel whatever. Like, is that I'm saying? Like, if you don't take care of the village and you make the kid actually feel the warmth of the people, is going to burn it down just to actually feel it back. I think women are exactly like that. I think we gotta
be careful not to put people in a monolith, though.
Yeah, it's not all, but it's most. Can you?
But
Do
I
you
think
believe
situations too. I think situations also are contextual. Like, so I know a woman that got cheated on, but the reason why her husband cheated on her, and she stayed with him, and actually she felt bad for that because she gave the room for him to cheat. She stopped, taking care of business with him.
That's legitimate.
And so I think there's context. It's contextual, right? These situations are contextual when we look at them.
Choice, though, was not Glenn.
But that's the thing. But women are not logic like that. There's like, what is the saying? There's no L as a woman's corn or something like that. Like
that's an L. No, she realized that she did what he did was wrong, but she opened the door for that to be an option for him.
Hey Glenn, how many women take accountability for the bullshit that they do on their relationships that actually led? Glenn,
I mean, we know most women don't.
Me and you talk with and Tommy and
we know
podcast.
most
At this
women
point, OG is thousands of women, right? Every time we get a woman, hey, what happened in the rest relationship? I trusted too much and I loved too much.
I betrayed myself,
man. And he's never. I cheated.
Here's the same thing with guys too. Guys lack just as much as accountability as women do.
Nah, hey Glenn, we go.
No, but men.
Come on, dog. Come on, man. You got enough subscribers, Glenn. Stop.
Men
we go out of our way.
Maybe not as
there's
much.
a difference. There's a difference of accepting accountability and being forced to be accountable. Men are always forced to be held accountable. We don't hold women accountable like men are held accountable culturally. But men would like to avoid accountability as much as women do. Men make as much excuses for fuck shit as women do. Okay,
you're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong, Grant. And then podcast, you get it. I have a question for OG and John Henry. No, I have a question for y'all. This is a specific question. I know, OG. Glenn, and think about it. If you actually know men here, podcast already said it. How many men say she cheated on me? They don't say they hide that shit like they hide it. She put hands on me. They don't say they hide it. Like men will go out of their way.
A secure man will tell it.
Men are the kings of. It was not you. It was me. I chose wrong. I worked too much. I didn't work enough while she was putting her hands on you, fucking other dudes, lying on you. Like, men are the kings of, I'm not going to embarrass my woman in public because I know for a fact that this is going to ruin my reputation too. So if I call her a bitch, I'm the bitch lover. I'm the bitch husband, right? So if you actually put 100 men in the room and 100 women in the room talking with each other and ask why did your relationship ended, I guarantee you there's more than 50% of those men that are going to say, it's my accountability because I'm a man and I'm a leader and I picked her and all that shit. And you are going to see that most women on the room are going to say, oh, it's because I love too much and I should have left early and I let it drag. And when I didn't feel the spark, I should know better. Like women talk like that. And that's most women. Is that fair to say most women?
I think when a lot of those guys say that they take accountability, I think they take accountability for their shortcomings that may have contributed to the ending of the relationship, right? So not saying that they're not saying that they're the reason why the relationship broke up, but when what they're taking accountability for is they are acknowledging that I played a role in the demise of this relationship. Whether or not if he's the one that did the action that caused the relationship to end, or that if his actions or lack thereof actions led to her going elsewhere. That's what they're acknowledging, that they had some shortcomings.
I see what's happening here. There's a cultural difference here, and people don't like this to be true, but it just is true. Like there's a cultural difference here amongst black men. I can tell you, Glenn, absolutely, guys be like, yeah, I fucked that shit up. Yeah, she caught my dumb ass cheating. Yeah, for the 14th time. Yeah, I kept blowing the goddamn rent money, going to the casino and shit, man. You know, guys will admit that they fucked up, especially when it's the one. Like when they lose the one that they know was the one. They really will, because
Beans is telling the truth, because you telling Beans if I'm lying. We actually sit down with each other and have had this conversation. You and your boys will sit down and be like, man, you know that girl, man, I fucked that up.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, and I think that was also even in context, right? You wouldn't probably say that publicly in front of everybody because then the imagery would be bad. But
no, I've seen plenty of podcasts. I've done it myself. I've gone on the podcast and told people. You know, when I was with this chick, that was the best chick I've ever had. We don't mind because, number one, we're the same people who like telling you we scored 4 touchdowns in Polk High School. We won't let you know we did have that thing.
Absolutely.
I would hate to live my whole life and never be able to tell somebody I ran across that chick. I've never done it. At my age, that says a lot about me. So I'd rather tell the story of, yeah, I had it, but I fucked it over. So men don't mind telling that story. It still makes us look like we had it. It's better to have had it once than to never have had it at all.
It shows accountability, because if you never got the one, means that the problem is you. Because you can go to 20 people and say everybody was bad. This was me. This was my problem with Trill AC. Hey Trill, what happened with you? Like you ran all through that woman. Oh, all of them were wife material. Oh, really? 14 of them? All of them was wife material? Come on, man. Like, we go through some bad people, and sometimes we are bad to some people. So it has to be a couple of accountability in certain sides. But for the most part, and once again, I really think, again, you might correct me, it's very rare that women, especially if they're on the environment that they have to come back again and again and again and again, do what B did. Yes, I cheated on my husband. Yes, I did.
No, I agree.
Right? It's just very rare that he was abusive, he was toxic, he was a narcissist, he made me do it, he worked too much, he did it first. Like, it's always going to be a conditional thing. Why did you cheat it? And then the woman explains why did she cheat it. But if podcast cheated, nobody asking why did he cheat it. You just cheated. You're an asshole because you did it. So
we never Fatty make the excuse of I cheated because she didn't cook. Like, no, I cheated because that girl had a fat ass and I wanted it. Men are honest about why I cheated. We don't say no stupid shit, because I've always asked women, hold on a minute. If the reason you cheated on me is because I don't take you to the movies, you know where I should have found you at? At the damn movies with this nigga, not with his dick in your mouth. You wasn't at no movies with him either. I would have done that. I've been putting my dick in your mouth. I don't understand why we had a problem.
Maybe they were making a movie though.
He pulled out his dick. You should have said, "Dang, cut. Let me go to my husband, because he didn't do that. He just don't take me to the movies. He do everything else."
But and let me ask you, Glenn OG and John. Okay, sorry, wait, OG. Is cheating forgivable as a man?
At my age, yeah. But
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Wait, why is it your age?
Hell yeah.
But you said I'm not starting over again.
Used to anymore.
Yeah, but if I was like in my 20s or early 30s, that would be something different. But I think it brings it back to the point. I need to ask Tommy a question that he was not here to ask the question. Tommy, if you were married to a young lady and she wasn't giving it up, would you go talk to your father-in-law while her pussy's not getting wet?
Here we go. Hey, don't answer that, Tommy.
Hey, this is what Fatty said.
Oh, I was sparing you, but you're pushing me.
Well, wait a minute. I will say this: if you're from one of them old schooly, like it's not American culture, and I will explain.
It's
A lot of other cultures, yes. A lot of other cultures, you can go to their daddy and be like, "This bitch ain't sucking my dick," and he'll pull his daughter aside, and be like, "Look."
But this is what I was saying.
All right. But Tommy,
I have to say,
but Tommy, there was another side of this question too. Fatty. Hey, Tommy, there's another side to this. I know he tried to give it. That was on my birthday, Tommy. But anyway.
Shit.
Could your wife go and ask your father why your dick too small? Would you feel comfortable with that? No, Tommy.
No, let me explain. Hold on. She can give me more head, but I can't give her more dick.
But can she? I mean, I understand that, but would she be in her right mind to even ask your dad?
Yes, because that's not a solvable problem.
But
Or if his
wait a
malfunctioning.
minute. It depends if you're taking honey packs or
It won't make it longer. It would just make the sex last longer.
Some guys pray by that, so I don't know. But that's what was
No,
happening.
but I'm saying it would just the honey packs make the sex last longer, but it won't make your penis longer.
Oh, okay,
So you don't like the fact that you got a little dick. Now you done took a honey pack and you giving her that little dick a lot longer. That's ain't nobody want that.
Yeah, but hey, Tommy,
brother. No one saw
I get
that answer.
but I
Nobody
think
saw that.
that, wait a minute. I think it's bad, and I understand the cultures that you're talking about, but I think it's bad for you to make your father-in-law pussy police.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you and take the opposite side of that. If we had more of a village type culture in the United States, I think the relationships would be better because a village type culture allows people to be more open and get more of a consensus. That's all the village means in other cultures. It's a consensus.
Yep.
It's you are held to a standard. American women and American people, y'all aren't held to any standard other than yourself. You don't care if it embarrasses your kids. You don't care if it embarrasses your neighbors. You don't care if it embarrasses anybody fucking else. In other cultures, your last name matters. If you did something and you embarrassed your last name, it's a problem. People will step up to you and tell you, hey, you're wrong. We used to have uncles would come up and grab us before mom and daddy whooped my ass when I was little. It almost felt like a gauntlet. The fucking neighbor whooped my ass. The nigga that saw the neighbor whoop my ass, that heard what I got my ass whooped for, he whooped my ass too. By the time my parents got to my good ass whooping, I knew exactly what happened, and I knew I couldn't hide from my faults. Right now, everybody can hide from what they did wrong. So when you can go and ask the father or go and ask, it actually puts a little bit of pressure on that person. Because a lot of times when we're not doing what our mate wants us to do, it's because we know the only person knows about it is our mate. Think about it. I'm a psychologist. Let me tell you what happens with most people. When they come to me and they say, well, I want my mate to come in and join us in the sessions, the mate never wants to come. Do you know why? Because the mate gets to hold over you that you're wrong if nobody else knows.
They lose the
So
upper hand.
I don't want nobody else to know you whoop your ass.
But that was my point.
Tommy, the problem I'm having with that, because the school I come from that school of thought. But that's mostly discussed with the mother and the gynecologist. It's never discussed with the father. You ain't going to ask the father about your wife sucking your dick. You just not. You just not.
Because you're an American. You're an American.
No. What I'm saying is that conversation.
I'm telling you, outside of America, you can go do that. As a Panamanian, you can go and tell your father-in-law she don't cook, she don't clean, she ain't fucking, and he will pull her by her coattails. He will.
That's what I was saying.
I go with the cooking and cleaning. I go with the cooking and cleaning. And there, I don't think there's nobody up here more pro-black than me. I just don't believe there's nobody.
I'm African.
But let's get back to this one point. Let's get back to this one point that I want clear.
Sorry.
I want to ask every guy up here. You got a woman. You got 2 women. You got 2 wives. All right.
Damn, I got 2 wives.
And there's no way you can measure the same. But we're gonna try to say that you have the same love for both of your wives.
Mm-hmm.
One has 30 bodies, and she cheat on you. One you married as a virgin, and she cheated on you. Which one would you look at more hard? You'll take more hard.
The virgin.
The virgin.
Because of expectations. Because of expectations.
Yes, exactly.
And reason why I said that, Fatty, is because the young lady who was up here earlier, she was totally correct. When she say women don't, if they're not a virgin, they don't deserve to be married. She didn't say they couldn't get married. She's saying that is the highest you can get. Right there. That's the highest honor that you give a man. You can give a man is to be a virgin. Wait. For you old goats,
and by the way,
probably look that goddamn Pornhub for 45 years.
OG, give me just 1 second.
It won't fit you. I'm talking about.
Give me just 1 second, OG. Yeah. Hey, Deb, can you cover your left titty? It's because it. Thank you. It's because she has a top. No, it's because she has a top, but the top is the same.
Why did you do that? I wanted to see them.
I didn't drop her. I didn't drop her. She got a phone call. It's because we got flagged on the other show because Lady Chen had a beige top, and the YouTube bot thought it was titty.
Yeah,
so
but
it's because if you cover your it's just because of the bot, because we got that before on another video. And my editor was like, "Hey man, are you going to be flagging?"
Well, is that her Instagram? Because I'm about to go follow it now. That's how I'm
go ahead and follow me.
But Fatty, I'm not gonna hold.
Point something out.
I got you. Don't worry, OG. I got you.
Is it because it's flesh tone?
It's because it's flesh tone. So the bot thinks is titty and is not like cover it. Like Lady Chen had the same thing. She had like the pansies or whatever the fuck the name is that covered the thingy. Because it was the same color of the flesh, the bot said nudity and sexual. Okay. So,
but really quick, I'm heading out. I gotta be up at 4 a.m. Thank you for having me. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Miss Deb. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Well, OG, what I was saying that everyone wants to put the thing up here about the virgin, right? But the thing here is that you've got
let me finish.
And you let it finish, and then you got it.
And then you interrupt. I want this to be not for me, Tommy, and people who's had so much experience, Mr. Beans and Masto.
I didn't.
Bro. I just don't want this to try to fit our scenario. I'm talking about people who, when we're talking about people as getting together as couples, if we don't have a standard, if there's no standard, then there's no different from the dick she had last year before she got to you, or the one she gonna have after you. You don't get the same price for a car that is a year older, same model, and one is brand new. We say that about women all the time. So why is it when we have these discussions about, I understand that Fatty don't want a woman who's a virgin because she ain't gonna suck a dick. I understand that. Is
that an accusation?
No, I'm just saying
I don't want a woman that is a virgin because I'm 36 and that's unrealistic.
No, I understand.
I want a woman with a low body count, not a virgin. A low body count is fine. If she has 3 husbands or if she's divorced, it's fine.
That's why I moved us out of the way. I moved us out. We don't seen too much. We don't had too much.
It's not because she doesn't give.
If she don't give you head, Fatty, you gonna have a problem. You know that.
No, all of you are virgin.
Yeah. So what
She'll
I'm trying
do
to
it.
say,
You just got to teach her. I just ain't.
yeah,
I'm
you
not.
got to teach it.
All,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of these no, I don't want to go there, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm not a good teacher.
OG,
I like
if-
another nigga teaching you.
OG, I will say this, OG. Most of these girls are giving head before
like-
they actually get somebody inside of them. If you actually knew about these women on the last 20 years, most of these women were getting fingered, were doing everything in the movie theaters and all that before they actually get down like fully. So there's most women.
I got you,
know,
Fatty. And
a
that's the Wild
virgin.
Wild West. I'm not talking about the Wild Wild West. I'm saying if we had
Back
it
in the day.
I'm not saying back in the day, because sorry, there's still virgins in this world. Okay, so you might not run them in your place, and I might not even run them in my place. But I'm saying there are virgins on. What I'm saying is, when we're starting to talk about relationship, most of us talk about relationship by our experiences and what we do. But there's a generation coming up behind us, just like I say, Wild Wild West. Yeah. And most of them learned that because we gave them damn devices. See, we didn't have them devices. We had beepers. You couldn't see nobody sucking dick on a beeper. So what I'm saying, but you damn sure can see it on a smartphone, right in your own school, or the pads they give you. They don't supposed to be able to get to them sites, but they get to them sites the first 20 minutes they give it to them. What I'm saying is, if we see value in that, why do we have these cross conversations about there's no value with that?
Because there's the reality of the market. Men are buying cars with 300,000 miles like it's brand new. That's what men been doing. Look at this. They're working for half a decade, 15 years, and they chasing the bag and going the purpose and all that. And now they're 35, 40 years old, cuffing a 29-year woman that either had one baby daddy or been run through by the whole team. That's what men are doing. So it's not that we don't value that, it's that men gave up. Men are begging for women to not wear wigs. Men are begging for a woman not to be promiscuous. Fucking everybody. Men are married for a woman to be calm and collected and chill. Bah, 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 bah. So at this point, men are just like, hey man, I don't want to eat sardines, but that's the only thing is on the market. So sardines it is, right? So it's not about our standards. It's that you can control woman and the standards until they actually decide that it's cool to be a wife, it's cool to know how to cook, it's cool. They have to be the ones that actually push that shit, because either you engage into this polluted market and actually go to a pool full of peace, or you don't take showers forever. And I don't think most men want to do that shit. They rather jump in a pool full of peace than actually not take a shower forever until the day they die. Let me get Glenn and Tommy, and then we do final thoughts and we wrap it up. Started with Mr. Untin Wisdom. Sorry, I said that we are going to be polite and all, but we're cussing a lot, so I apologize. My responsibility.
I want to point out something that OG, like that little scenario exposed. Lack of principle. You guys agreed that you guys would be more upset from the virgin who cheated than the woman that had 30 bodies. Rather than, wouldn't the principle of the offense be that she cheated, regardless of what their history was? The infraction of the cheating would be egregious either way and should carry the same weight. Now you could say, well, I expected maybe the fact that this woman had more experience sexually, she would be inclined to, but the fact that you said that, the fact that when OG mentioned you had two wives, and one had 30 bodies and one was a virgin and they both cheated, who would you be more like hurt by? You guys said the virgin, and I said both, because of the principle of the fact that this woman chose to break the covenant and the vow that we committed to. I would be equally mad at both of them.
Can I challenge that?
How many times they had sex before me?
So Glenn, let me challenge that
integrity issue.
So let me challenge that before Tommy goes, right? If Tommy fucks my bitch, I'm mad at him. If my brother fucks my bitch, I'll jump out of a bridge. Same act, same thing. The teen, like if an alcoholic goes ahead and smashes his car, the alcoholic died in the car crash. Yeah, he was an alcoholic. If OG dies in the car crash after I know he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, and he gets caught drinking, I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Right? So,
you personalize it. I'm looking at the.
I know, Glenn. I'm just saying that expectations is the killer. is when you have high expectations. If I do business with you, Glenn, and you are a stand-up dude and you rob money from the I don't know, the cashier, whatever the thing it is. I don't know. Yeah, I will be extremely upset. But if I'm fucking with a crook and everybody told me he's a crook and everybody told me what it is, if he steals my wallet, I'm like, I'm upset, but motherfucker was a crook before he stole my wallet. So is the expectation.
And I'm glad that you brought that up, because I want to point out how subjective we actually prioritize things when something happens. I look at this. What is, you said cheating, right? Cheating, what is it? It's deception. I'm choosing to deceive this person, right? And let's extrapolate it further than that. So if somebody chooses not to tell you about information because they want you to do business with them, but they're withholding information from you that would actually maybe alter your decision in choosing to do business with them, that's cheating on you too, right?
It's omission, which will be correlated to a lie. If you're selling me something,
it's still deception. It's still deception, right?
Yes. Deception,
okay.
Yes.
So the principle of deception, we don't want people to deceive us willingly. We don't want people to maliciously withhold things from us that would alter our choice and what we were going to do moving forward for our life or for our business. So deception is cheating. Cheating could be not just physically, but a lot more things. If you look at the root cause of it, is that this person chose to deceive me, not even emotionally, chose to withhold information that I needed to know to make a decision that would best impact my life moving forward, because they did not want to lose anything by me making a different choice than what they wanted. And that right there is the principle of why it's such egregious an act. But I'll say cheating physically in sex, that's bad and egregious, but so is withholding information and screwing someone over because you don't want them to make a different choice financially. It's so the principle of it is what I'm talking about. So when that wasn't the premise.
That wasn't the premise though. That wasn't
an example to point out. I'm trying to point out this with the woman that you married that had 30 bodies. You said that she was worthy of your marriage, right? The virgin that you married, you said she was worthy of your marriage. Both women broke that vow and covenant, and you're saying I'm going to be more mad at the virgin than I am at the 30 body count. And I'll be like, I'm mad at both of them because they both broke the principle of this covenant. They both
that's
cheated.
fair. Both of them, but that's what I'm saying. And Tommy and Maestro go, it's just like it's circumstantial, right? If you had two girlfriends and both cheated on you, but one of them you knew that she was like, stop, and that she'd sleep out and she put it back in, you'll be upset. Like, God damn it, look at this bitch. Look at what she's doing. Like, if you was extreme, if you was graphic, if that woman cheated on, like if you got information that the woman cheated on you, and one of them is, oh my God, and the other is like, slap me, spit on me. Oh, like you are going to look at the second one and says, what the fuck do I have here? My expectation, even though both
you're adding different information to it, because you said
but there's the thing, the principle, like you said, is the same. But
yes, the
like
principle
if you
is the
know
same.
that woman actually is talking like a slut, is screaming, is like let you piss on her, spit on her, all that shit is going to be way more terrible, and you're going to be way more upset with that woman than the other one that actually just have regular.
Between you and your internet provider.
What did I do?
So you need to keep that between you and your internet service provider.
I'm just saying once again, it's all the same thing because cheating is cheating. But for the most part, you can tell me that it's not going to be like different levels of disappointment depending on the person that it is and what they actually do when he actually you know all the details. Let's go with Tommy, Maestro, and then once again, I'll let everybody get final thoughts.
I'm be real quick because I gotta go eat. But I want to say this: I hear what Glenn is saying, but Glenn, what you're saying is kind of disingenuous. It's the difference between buying something off of, I forgot that damn website, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The AL, whatever the fuck it is, versus Amazon. You know that shit is cheap off that damn website, and you know it might come. You know it might come this big when it get there. You know when you do it, you laugh at your friends. You say this shit was little or it didn't come. You knew exactly what you were doing when you underpaid for that shit. You were less disappointed that didn't come right than you were when Amazon sent you some fuck shit. You're upset when Amazon sent you some fuck shit. When you go buy a damn a BMW, which I just bought a BMW.
Oh my God, Tommy, fuck you. Congratulations.
I got the electric one.
Congratulations.
Now, I'm gonna be upset if something happens to that, versus if I had bought same electric car, but I had bought the electric, I don't know, the one with the hamsters in it that be driving around, the Kia Soul. I think I'd be a little less upset at the Kia Soul for fucking up. I bought a Kia. What the fuck I'm talking about? Everybody knows that there's a difference. Even when you go to a 5-star restaurant, you said, you know, if the food ain't right, you should be just as mad. You know damn well if you went to a 5-star Michelin restaurant, if the food wasn't right, you feel a little bit different than if you went to Taco Bell. You just
value again. Yeah, we're talking value.
But see, let me point out something here that you mentioned. Why would we think that just because a woman is a virgin that she wouldn't cheat?
Well, I'll explain. Because she had enough value in herself to where she held off on her lust until she got herself right spiritually.
But that doesn't mean she was a woman of good character, though.
But that's what we would assume, that this woman had all these offers of dick. Unless she was just the ugliest bitch on earth, then you know why she's a virgin. But if you knew she was an attractive woman and she was just blocking dick like Matumbo, and she finally let yours through, I'll give you a perfect example of how nature works like that. When a woman gets pregnant, there's several different sperm trying to get to that egg. Only one does. That one matters more than the rest.
But what I'm trying to point out is, like, I think we have enough historical and like accounts of women that were virgins that end up cheating on their husbands or shitty ass wives. So the virginity does not necessarily mean that you're going to be a good wife or she's a good wife,
but
or she's
going
to be.
The word is a foundation.
What you're doing is doing what women do when they say 100%. Nobody's saying it's 100%. Just because I got a Mercedes doesn't mean 100%. BMW doesn't mean 100% it ain't gonna fuck up. Just like the person can buy a Kia. I know people who got Kia and that motherfucker been running, they ain't had no problems out of it.
But wouldn't you be mad if somebody
reason why Yelp exists, while these things that show by preponderance of the evidence, this one lasts longer than this one.
Now, would you agree that if somebody stole $5 from you, would you be mad at me if I stole $5 from you, and as equal if I stole 500 from you? And would you trust me if I end up giving it back and it's like, oh, my bad, here you go? You would still be look at the principle is this man's a cheater. I can't, or the thief. I can't trust this person around.
But you're throwing out the window that Fatty said he'd be mad at both. He just didn't. The level.
He would be more mad, right? And I'll be like, I'll be just
mad. Hey, Glenn, we can solve this right now. Would you be more angry with your wife if she fucked a man in your bed or she fucked him in the hotel?
I'll be mad at the fact that she fucked them, period.
But no. Listen, what the question is.
Anywhere would it matter?
Is, okay, you have to walk in your house. Wait. Are you getting rid of the bed?
Hold on now. Am I catching them in the hotel? Am I,
no.
You know, like, so, like.
No, I'm just saying, are you getting rid of the bed?
House, but that bed in your house is
that bed is in your house, bro.
That bed wouldn't be staying in my house, that's for sure. But
okay,
you know,
so
that doesn't mean I'm
burn down the hotel. Are you going to do a wrecking ball and knock the hotel down?
That doesn't mean I'm more mad about it. That doesn't mean I'm more mad about it. It just means I'm not.
But it has a different. No, what you missed by the point. It has a different effect on you.
I understand the context.
No. I'm just saying. You can say that. You say the crime is the same. But what we tried to drive home was it has a different effect on you versus your brother fuck your wife versus a stranger. Right. So it has a different effect on you.
Of course, you fucked my wife, but my wife got pregnant. One fucked your wife, one got your wife pregnant. You kept each one you kept the woman. You mean to tell me it's the same level of disrespect as you watch this child grow in her stomach? Same level.
Yeah, and you actually showing them that if you keep them, then you're showing them that you're not even worthy of respect. Because why would a respectful man keep them if he knows the value of respect in the beginning?
Let's try the last time.
I'm pointing out principle here.
I know. No, Glenn, it's fine. So let's do this, right? A woman did paternity fraud on you. One, you discovered as soon as the kid was born. The other one, it took you 18 years. You raised the kid. You put him to school. Aren't you going to be way more agitated to the kid that you raised for 18 years than the woman that just put the kid and you found out?
Because of the investment that I have lost, what I have lost from it. But that's a different context from a virgin wife and a woman that had sex previously. And that's what I'm pointing out.
So
That
what
is-
I'm trying to tell you is the virgin wife, we felt like you feel like the man because you're the one she chose out of everybody she ever crossed.
I
You
understand
said she would
that,
never
but what,
do this to you. The one who's seen dicks before you, like she was the manager of a Richard convention, you understand that a new
but-
dick
but
ain't
I'm-
much to her.
What? Okay, I have this thought that that a virgin woman would
Oh, shit, D
be
woke up.
maybe more inclined to cheat because once she's opened those floodgates, maybe she's a little more curious about other people now because she was a virgin before and now she's like, oh, well,
So
Well, that's the
curiosity.
logical mind you're saying. We'd have to think that through. But the first thought is she only wants us. Yes, the logical thought afterwards is, well, once I open that Pandora's box, maybe she just wanted more to experience it.
Yes.
That's the logically we walk away. And there's many men who've said that. I've been in conversation with them where they said, well, she was a virgin when I first slept with her. But just like when I was a virgin when I first had sex, I started thinking, is all pussy like this? Well, maybe she started thinking, is all dick like this? But I'm still more hurt because I thought she viewed me, which is why relationships destroy men more than they destroy women. If you watch it, when we finally decide we want to marry you, that's a reflection on us. If we choose a woman who's a whore, they don't even look at the whore as bad. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Glenn. If I date a woman and she was a stripper and I marry her and she cheat on me, guess what everybody around me gonna say as soon as she cheat on me?
You should
Should have known. You married a stripper.
Yes.
Yes, because of why? Why? Because that's not just the stripper, but it's the
Expectations.
character. The character attached to that.
They don't know her character. They just knew she was a stripper.
Yes, but you could understand that since a woman that's a stripper is probably a woman that we consider a person of low character.
Just like a woman who's had several dicks in her
Yes.
vagina, just because she hide it,
Yes.
she got higher
But that
character.
doesn't-
She's more of a flawed person. That's where a lot of us messed up. I messed up because I
Same
thought
here.
because she had a great job, and because nobody knew anything dirty, she didn't get on the internet. She wouldn't do anything dirty. That hurt me more. I wish she had been a stripper. I wish she had been a whatever it was. Therefore, I would have expected this.
And I didn't.
Hey,
I made the
Tommy,
same
hey, Tommy,
mistake.
hey,
I made the
Tommy,
same
hey,
mistake,
Tommy,
but
I
just
did a
opposite.
show.
I married a church girl, and I was married to her 14 years, and she cheated. So,
That's
and I
what I'm
expected.
saying. That
but
didn't surprise
yes,
you?
right, and that's what I'm pointing out is my expectation because she wasn't a stripper, she wasn't a hoe, right? Because she was a church girl that I
You
didn't
just said
expect.
low
that she was-
character.
I said
So-
yes. Hold on.
OG, I got you.
My character, right?
Let me point out what I'm trying to get at is that because I met her in this arena, I did not expect this character, low character from her because of it, right? But that didn't mean just because I met her there that she was a woman of good character.
No, that's
There's
fair.
other-
We're not saying
that's
that
what
at
I'm
all.
pointing out.
No,
We're
no,
talking
but-
about your
that's what I'm-
expectations. Why are you not acknowledging
No, no, no.
that you had expectations of her based upon what you saw?
And
Yes,
Glenn,
and I'm saying that's the flaw.
It is a
but Glenn, think about it, right? Do you know the saying, rather have an honest enemy than a fake friend?
Yeah.
That's what it is. A honest enemy can never disappoint me. No matter times
Thank
he
you.
stabbed me, no matter times he does wrong by me, I'm expecting them from him. It's Tom and Jerry. But if I have a good friend and you stab me in my back, now I'm going to be deeply hurt on a level that I will never be
What
because
I-
I
what I
wasn't
was-
expecting you to do
what
it.
I was
So
trying to get at is
let me
that
just wrap it up
more-
and then you got it, right, Len? What B is saying is possibility versus probability. If I never drank, it's possible or probable that I might want to taste a beer one day because I never had it. But I guarantee you, an alcoholic is more probable to go back to that shit than a person that never had before. So I'd rather deal with the person that never drank and is like, oh, they might be curious and da-da-da-da-da, than the person that was literally an alcoholic, was indulging in fucking everybody, and all of a sudden you stop. You know that person, you put a bottle in front of them and they go in again.
That's what I was telling him. Everybody looks at you
expectations.
because you married that woman of a church girl. When she cheated, everybody looked at you and said, brother, you had no shot of knowing that would happen. But if you had married the girl from Strokers, they would have said, dude, you should have known.
And
Either
what
way can cheat, but what we're saying is there's a reason why mankind does research, and there's a reason why people will look at a snake and say, I could figure out which one is venomous, or I could just avoid them because it is a snake. The
Make it
person
safer to
who's
just
already
avoid them
being a
all.
whore, I don't want to try to figure out what kind of whore she is. Let me just ignore her. But the other one, if I think that's a koala bear, you'd be shocked if a koala fucking bit you and now you got venom in you. It is
No, I
shocking.
agree. It is. But but I guess what I'm pointing out, I'm trying to point out, is that as the principle of the fact, right? The principle, whatever the egregious act is, it's the principle of this
We all
infraction.
agree.
Yeah.
That's what
now,
I
we
disagree with you on that. But
what
I'm
I'm saying
saying,
is,
Glenn.
Hold on. What I'm saying, where we set ourselves up for failure is assuming that because this person was a virgin, that means that they weren't gonna. They had bad character.
Yes. But here's
That's what I
I'm
was
trying to
saying.
I'll end it with this. Here's all I'm trying to tell you. The one who worked at Strokers or was the prostitute, she probably can walk out of that marriage with her limbs. The one who wasn't, who fooled you into that marriage and then did it, usually those are the ones who have the hardest times with a man blowing the fuck up.
Yes,
Because at that point, he's so shocked that this happened that he acts in ways that's not normal because you not only embarrassed him, but you embarrassed him in front of the world, and he had no way of seeing it. He had no way of understanding that the girl who was working at the church all the time, she was sleeping with so-and-so. That's when you see him burn the whole house down.
But then why are we?
Glenn, I just want to say this. I want to say this.
In Maestro, okay, and we are going for final thoughts, okay. So Tommy, thank you very much once again for always being kind, man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Thank you guys for letting me come here.
I appreciate you.
Well, show's over. Hope y'all enjoyed it. But nah, don't dip yet. We still got them final thoughts coming in.
Y'all really tore it up tonight, huh? But don't dip just yet. Let's hear them final words. Hey, that's it. Show's done. Now shut the fuck up and let the panelists speak. It's time for final thoughts.
Let's get to G and Maestro, and then we do final thoughts, starting with Auntie and Wisdom and B, because they've been here for the most time. Go ahead, G and Maestro.
I've been fortunate to have married my wife as a virgin. That's fortunate. Okay. And I did that in 1990. So, one thing I do find out about women who are virgin, there's beautiful things to come with it. I remember I had a show in 2018, and I told a lot of guys is, if for some reason or another you born on the wrong side, I have never heard a virgin complain about a dick size. Just happened, because only time that they have them thoughts, Miss B, it's when other women's coming. That's the only man you've been with. You have never been with no other man. So that's when these thoughts coming in them women's head. But you think about what I'm finna say. Most women are virgin. They have a certain group of people they hang around. They have a certain way they move. So they don't get into a lot of them conversations. They might see it on Atlanta Housewives or something like that if they happen to be looking at it. But they're not going to get that because they don't surround themselves with them type of people.
So, I think well, let me know this. Was the premise, because we keep saying the word principle, was the premise to make a choice or how we feel when you made the scenario?
How you feel? How you feel about it? I asked all the guys how they felt about it. Would they feel worse with the 30 versus the virgin?
So it wasn't to make a choice on which one we would choose.
No, it wasn't. You already don't choose. You have both. And
Okay.
I said if they had both had cheated on you, I can't measure if you love them both the same, but we just go act like we love both of them the same. Which one would you be more disappointed in, as far as feeling wise?
Okay. The reason why I just wanted clarification, because I do think going back to the point of worthy, just making sure, if it were a situation where we were making a choice, I think that's one of the greatest testaments for a man to know whether he's worthy. The difference between men and women. Typically, men make definitive choices. It's on or off, yes or no, black or white. It's not Jay-Z. I drove by the fork in the road and went straight. And that's a lot of what I was hearing was, okay, well, how do you feel about which one versus actually, okay, I'm going to choose this one versus choose that one because of X, Y, and Z.
No. You miss out. You married to both already.
Right.
You were married to both, and both cheated on you. But one was a virgin, and one had 30 bodies. Which one in them situation would you be most disappointed about?
Okay. I just want a clarification. But yeah, that was
Disappointed
pretty
or
much my-
surprised?
You said what?
Disappointed or surprised, OG?
Well, it's about feeling. How you gonna feel about it? So you can put it in surprised or disappointed how you want to. It's still
All
gonna
right,
come
so I
back to
never
feeling.
answered the question. I was going to say before Tommy left, I would say it would be the virgin because of people thinking she is a virgin, you would not imagine that she would do that, being that this was an earlier first experience. So that's what I would say.
And not only that, but now you ain't the only one who went in that hole, so you don't have that championship belt now.
So then there was still a choice. So you're
No, listen
was-
what you were saying. No, I know it's a choice, but we dealing with equal women, equal love, marriage. One got 30 bodies and one
You're
has
married to
nobody.
both of them. You didn't
Now
choose.
you
That
can
would
boast
happen.
about marrying a virgin and having a virgin. No other man has been inside of her. That's why these guys go feel that way. That's what my point was.
Okay, I wanted that clarification. So it was a choice. It was which one do you feel? Which one are you choosing to feel more mad about? Is that a better way to phrase it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So that whole purpose, I would say the virgin as well too. But even still, making a choice, I think, is the better aspect of it. Not just saying, I'll be mad at both of them, because again, that's not equate. It's not the same equal amount of destruction. I would say.
I never got cheated on. I think I would cry a lot. I have no idea. I have
pretty much saying
I
that
have
the
no-
guy ain't shit.
What did you say, John?
I said both of the women in that sense have seemed like they're telling him that he ain't shit if they both cheated on him.
Yeah, but there's the thing. I don't know how you guys deal with that because, like, as
wouldn't
soon
be
as
mad
I
at
know you
her.
are with another person, there's no way I'm looking at you. Like, there's no way. I don't know.
That's almost like me saying I ain't never went to bed with an ugly woman, but I woke up with a bunch of them. I mean, things should happen.
Yeah.
You're not gonna draw me in on this, OJ. It's too late. No, OJ, it's too late in the
Yeah,
show.
shit happens. I don't know about that.
I mean, if your
I'm not
pillowcase
following
looked
this,
like a graffiti, like somebody draw graffiti on you, know that you was tricked. So hey, shit happens.
Let
Final
me
thoughts, Patty. I'm not falling for this. No, it's too late in the night for that.
Yeah. Let me get the final thoughts from Wisdom and from B. Thank you very much for giving me so much hour. This was way longer than I expected. I owe Wisdom reparations because at least nobody fought her today. I'm very happy that didn't happen. So other than the cussing, I think we did okay. Final thoughts. Wisdom, thank you very much for being here. And then we go with B.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone. Peace and love. And
all this strive for the truth.
This is to the ladies. We are powerful, ladies. Do not accept a real man's genuine love if you aren't willing to multiply it. Just don't do it because you'll create a monster.
Bars.
And thank you. Good night.
I'm going to put that on a t-shirt. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Wisdom. The lovely B. B. She got a lot of, like, she came in, she said, hey, like, when Kanye goes on his rampages and then he comes back and he's behaving well and shit. And you get the hope on him again that he's not going to do again. So, hey, B, I see what you do, B. But I appreciate you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I come on here just to, be the most hated girl on these podcasts.
Not the A, B, not even close.
Okay.
I will show you. No, I'm not going to put names out there because I'm corporate. I only do sneak disses now. But no, we appreciate you being here. I hope you had fun.
I appreciate you having me.
And can you say with me, it's woman's fault?
No.
Okay. She didn't say it's woman's fault. Again, lack of accountability. Editor, clip this, please. Thank you very much, B. I appreciate you for being here. Let me get Glenn and John Henry.
All right. Hey, thank you, Fatty, for having me up. I want to point out something, and I think it's on something food for thought, for you guys to think about. When we say we are going to be less mad about this other thing and then the other person, what we're kind of saying is like, well, we expect this from a bad behavior when we should expect anybody that commits to you in that vow to uphold that vow, and not to be like, well, I gave them a pass because they had a past. No, because we all have a past. So when we all make a commitment, when we all say, I promise Beans that I'm going to be on his show tomorrow, he should be able to say, I expect Glenn to be there to uphold this because he gave me his word. He vowed to do this. And if I don't, he can't say, well, because he has not done it before. He slipped out on panels before. I can expect that. No, he should have that expectation. This person committed to this. You should be mad. And I think that's where what we tend to do is we tend to choose who we're going to be more mad about and less mad about, and almost kind of giving a pass when we're like, oh, well, I expect that from them because they have a past. They've done, they have poor character. And I think that is wrong in thinking. And I think we should hold them equally to the same standard. That's what I'm trying to get at with that. But thank you for having me on. I'm sorry I have to jump off. I got to go to a production meeting real quick. But have a good one, you guys.
Appreciate you, Glenn. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Glenn.
OG?
I like coming on here, and especially more about relationship, just historically, me having 11 sisters and seeing both sides of the, my mom had 18 kids and seeing both sides of it. And
18 kids?
Yeah, my mom had
18? 1-8?
That's
my mom had 18 kids.
How many twins?
Amazing.
4 sets of twins.
Oh, okay. So I can't.
That makes sense.
My father said it was cheaper.
I was like 18 pregnancies.
My father said it was cheaper than firewood. So
give that
look,
woman a noble
I
prize.
understand. Back in them days, that we didn't have gas. We had, wood and kerosene and stuff.
She is
so
fertile. She was fertile.
Yeah, but that's why I think the way I think, because Lord knows I wasn't no angel. I've been in entertainment ever since I was 14 years old, and I'm not even gonna put a number on women I used to be with. I mean, some of them I didn't know their first name, last name, or I couldn't tell you the initial of their names. And so I do see both sides of and me having a daughter. My last child was a daughter, and she's 28 years old, and talking to her and her mom, I raised her for the first 12 years, and her mom raised her and got her now. She's 28 years old and not even had a boyfriend. She wants a husband because we raised her for a husband. That's why I have these conversations, and I know y'all are like, that's an outlier. But in the way that we move, I move and her mother move, and the things that we're in and NOI, that's the way we move. Now, do that make her a perfect woman for marriage? No, that's just a foundation. And that whatever marriage she get in, that husband of hers go have to build on that. Once he take her, I'm not responsible for her anymore. So I guess I look forward for the positive. I look at the world the way I want it versus the way the world is, and I just don't give hope. I really don't. I mean, I get up in and act crazy and stupid sometimes, but I do that because I'm a comedian. But
sometimes.
Okay, all right, thigh burns. All right, y'all don't know why his hair going by them thigh burns. But anyway,
as he shows on the side here, watch yourself.
No, look, I got my hairline is good. My hairline is good. That's gray right there. You see that little light spot? That's gray. But anyway, but I enjoy coming on Fatty show, and I like how he was trolling earlier today. Y'all didn't understand.
No, I wasn't trolling.
A little bit. He was trolling on the show a little bit early. I think he was just trying to bring laughter and stuff like that. But I like coming on his show.
But thank you very much, OG, for yesterday. You was a great asset yesterday, OG. Once again, so just because we fought, that doesn't mean that I actually don't appreciate the value that you bring there. So
yes, sir.
I appreciate you actually making the show a little bit more
edgy. Peace, love, and always strive for the truth.
Thank you very much, OG. Let me get John Henry Maestro and then podcast take us home. I'll read the super chats as soon as we out.
So, looking at it from the standpoint of cheating, one thing I don't think I heard, unless I missed it when I came back here, is that if I set a boundary with you, or if we set a boundary up front and we let each other know where the boundary is, aka the red line, and I say cheating is my boundary, that's one thing that is unforgivable, and you do it anyway, that means that you didn't give a damn, because if I made it clear where the line was and you still went ahead and did it, there's nothing to have a conversation about. You knew where it was, you chose not to, which means that there's no value that you see in it. For the most part, again, value has no worth unless it's agreed upon, because you get what you qualify for. So let's not forget that.
Thank you very much, Sean. I appreciate you, Maestro. Nice to meet you. Please leave your link in the description so I can actually tag you. And once again, friends, we went viral again. Everything going good. If I go, you go with me. All the clips that go viral have everybody that was on that show in the description, okay? I want to make sure that people can find you every time we try to get some numbers. So if they like B, if they like Wisdom, if they like Little Podcast, it's not just the main show. Every single clip that we put everybody on the description so people can find you if they actually like you, of the clip actually there's numbers. So once again, I truly appreciate you. For now, I can pay you with $7,000 million, but once I am Mr. Beast, I'll make sure I put some dollars in your pocket, okay? So, Maestro, thank you very much. Final thoughts, and then Mr. Podcast, take us on.
I just want to say thank y'all. I watched the whole thing, and Fatty, I've been watching you for a while. Ali, been watching him as well for a while. So y'all have grown a lot. I've learned a lot from y'all. I appreciate the conversation. I think having multiple perspectives, multiple ages as well, and saying a little bit of some flavor as well too helps out. So I just appreciate what you're doing and what everybody else brought to the table here today, whether I agree with it or not.
Thank you very much for the kind words, and I'll make sure I'll subscribe to you, and I'll put everybody in the description. Finally, it's a podcast. Long time no see. Thank you very much for actually pulling up. You're not blind anymore, so no more glasses. I get it. Final thoughts.
Before I do that, I just want to ask B one quick question. Sweat, 10 seconds. The guy you cheated with, was he somebody you knew, or was he random?
Knew as in knew him before my husband.
Like, yeah,
Before.
like you knew him, like you knew him, right? Versus it was just
No,
a
he
random
was
guy you met at the club.
random.
It was a random guy. Okay.
It was me,
Why?
podcast. I'm sorry.
Why do you ask that?
Because I'm gonna use it in my reaction. Because we talked about the things that may make it worse, right? If she cheats one time, or was it multiple times? But we didn't discuss. He was white, right? What if she cheated with a girl, right? What if she cheated with a guy that she worked with, right? Because we talk about the fact that people stay a lot of times after cheating happens. But what if you cheat with a coworker? Now you got to keep going to work.
Yep.
And you're gonna be at work every day with this dude that you cheated on, right?
Mhm.
And here's the thing about it: you're gonna get frustrated when I don't trust you,
Yeah.
right? So it's just a couple of things I wanted, but I didn't want to assume, so I just asked you ahead of time. Fatty, super dope show.
Power to the people.
I can't even front. This was a live show. Shout out to everybody who was here earlier. Shout out to everybody who's still here now. Super dope panel. Shout out to Lil Black Book too.
Hey, he's my
That's his
favorite.
name, right?
He's my favorite.
Shout out to Little Black Book. You have to be in tune with your feelings, podcast.
Yeah,
It's
that
in
part
tune.
I get it. But no, it's just that I'm pretty sure he'll be okay with me saying we hollered in the back chat so that we both know that the little aggression is just what me and do.
No. Little
We
Black
have
Book
conversations. We have conversations.
Yeah.
And by the way, podcast, we are going to come back with the debates. We are going to kind of take all the trickery and all the bells and whistles, win or loses. Saturday SmackDowns, one judge, try to do 2 or 3, make people shine. take all the bells and whistles and go from there. Okay, so
I'm
I
with it.
kind of froze you out a little bit, but I promise I'll bring you back as soon as kind of we have a structure. But starting next Saturday is debate day. We're going to make sure that all our difference that we have on these little panels and all that, people have the chance to go one-on-one with the person that disagree the most, so we can actually build
Patty.
just like the other people in Valhalla actually building. Go ahead, John.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
also forget next Saturday. That's when we have the show. We'll probably drop a link for it where I've got an in-person
sir.
show with Wisdom and myself here locally at Black Eyed Peas, Virginia Beach, back in the Lynn Haven Mall area, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. For those who are not going to be in the area, we'll go ahead and try and make sure there's a link where you can catch it. We'll try and stream it.
John, send me the links and the flyers and all that so I can promote it Friday, okay?
All right.
I'll be
Thank
more than happy
you.
to do it. Go ahead, podcast.
Yeah. So listen, I just want to say this. Tomorrow I'm doing a show, and I'm not trying to say if Fatty is live, come watch me instead. But
No. It's in the morning. I already went and see if you were live. It's like a 12, right?
yeah, I switched it. It's gonna
Not
start.
12. It's 8 in the morning or 7 in the morning, something like that.
Yeah,
It's
I
already-
just switched it because I know now being up late, I'm about to go jump on another pound or two. I'm not gonna be up there early. I already know.
You don't want the redirect? Are you sure? I sent 200 right now.
Well, no, I'm not doing live now.
Oh, okay. No, I was just saying
Yeah.
because you're saying like you changed the hour. If you
Yeah,
were
no,
going
I'm
live
doing-
after me, I'm
I'm
sending it to you.
going- Yeah, it'll be tomorrow and probably about 11 a.m. is when I'm gonna go live.
Okay.
But tomorrow's show, I'm doing a reaction to HQ's video on me telling my son not to date black women. Right?
HQ said that.
HQ did a show where they discussed the topic that Hamp did on his show about me telling my son not to date black women. Right?
Huh.
And
You're going to do the
if-
review. The review.
Nope. Yes. They didn't actually review it. They just discussed it, which is going to make it really good because it was just their panel. But I just want to say this. I want you to watch the show tomorrow if you can. Right? Mr. Beans is the channel. But I like black women a lot, bro. Like I would say I love them, but I'm not trying to oversell it, right? I'm always promoting black women. Go to my posts. I promote African women, right? I don't just promote women with European face phenotypes, right? I love black women. But one of the things that I like about this particular show is that we were able to have honest conversations about our experiences and what we're going through. If you're gonna sit on YouTube and tell the world that you want things to get better, there's no way that's gonna happen if we're lying. There's no way that's gonna happen if we're sugarcoating things. We have to be honest. And at this point, there is no more having the conversation without understanding, hearing, right, and adjusting to men's plights, men's complaints, men's experiences. We matter, right? So this dehumanization that has taken a place upon men, and particularly black men, over the last 50 years, ladies, y'all just got to accept the fact that we're not thinking that shit anymore. Like, at least with our mouths, we're going to run our mouths. We're going to still sleep with you. We're going to still make babies with you. We're going to still marry you, even though you got 30 bodies and 2 other men's kids. But when it comes to running our mouths, we're going to run our mouths, and we're going to tell the truth about who you are and what we experience. And if you can't deal with that, then so be it. But if you're going to talk about me, don't lie. Don't lie about who I am, right?
I agree.
Yes, I told my son not to date black women. Now tell the context on why I said that. Don't just say one thing, but I'm going to defend myself in my position. And shout out to Big Aaron for defending me. And he did an awesome job of actually correcting the BS narrative that was being suggested about me. So, but I'll do it tomorrow. But Fatty, I'm glad you called me. You my Fight Club brother.
No more Fight Club, brother.
We family, bro. So
we are not
anytime
Fight Club,
I'm there, I get it, man. But I'm just saying, you know what it is.
And I agree with
I'm not
you.
turning down nothing no more.
Podcast, and I agree with you. We have to stop lying about ourselves and about other people. If we are on a 25-year relationship and we were miserable about 10 years, we can come on YouTube saying, why you guys always crying about woman? Can't be doing that, okay? Lie in your house, don't be lying on these streets.
Stop, Fatty.
Hey, let me see something real quick, Fatty. Let me see something real quick. Everybody on the panel. Yesterday, I woke up out of my sleep, screaming because I was having a nightmare about my ex cheating on me.
Damn.
Because she
Shit!
did
Nobody
cheat on
laughed.
you?
Why
No.
would we laugh about your pain?
Oh.
If you
What?
said if you said I shared myself,
Was
I
he
think I
cheating? Was he cheating on? Was he cheating on you with a
Stop.
white man?
You know what? I ain't gonna lie. I've really been believing that lately. I've really been believing that lately.
Hey man,
Have you
She said
dated
I've been
Indian
wasting my
or
time.
other race? Have you dated outside of your race?
Never.
That's me. That's me.
So I'm
Because
Not like
no,
not
I
white.
don't
Puerto
count any of
Ricans,
that.
Are you wait?
Huh?
Are you Indian? Are you Indian? Because because your skin like why am I like why you glowing and I am like ashy?
I'm
What is the
Panamanian and
difference?
Filipino.
But that's the
I
thing.
think
It's
she's
not the
also
same black,
under
right?
a light too.
No, but it's not the same. No, even when I put the whole light shit, like she's shining and I'm like ashy.
Oh, I have really oily skin.
Your skin is not as oily as mine, though, right?
But you
I've
are
been
not.
wiping mine
But
off
you
the
are
whole
not
If you guys
shining.
see me blotting my face,
So
you'll
this is
see
the thing,
I
right?
have like tissues. I
Other
have
than
like
Y'all ain't seen me doing this all damn.
other than podcasting maestro, everybody's shining, but her shiny looks like she's like an alien. She's like an Anunnaki.
just
Yo.
oily.
Melanin.
What is the
Just
alien? They say
oily.
Anunnaki. What is the Anunnaki came back something like that? So I don't know, but I'll promise I'll figure it out. So y'all, I'm going to get you out of my house. Wisdom, B, Mr. Beans, Maestro, OG, and John Henry. I appreciate you.
Sure, be a winner.
You have to go.
Sing the song, yeah. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Buckle up, everyone. It's time for some super chats.
I want to thank the sponsor of the show yesterday, Mr. John Henry. Thank you for being the sponsor of the show yesterday. And with the sponsorship of the show today, and them is always the sponsor, so his shit is probably so far away that I can't even find it. If I don't find it, we will have it tomorrow. Mr. Theo is the sponsor of the show today. Thank you very much, Theo. Friends, we got all of the momentum and more. We work extremely hard to get where we are back again. Everybody knows what happened and all that. Stop fucking with my shit and my people's shit, please. God damn it. The bot shit is just incredible. Like, you want to fuck other people's pages because you feel some type of way? Go ahead and go help the needy. We don't need charity. We don't need bots. We're having extremely good numbers. That shit can jeopardize channels. So please go ahead. Y'all didn't want me where I came from. Y'all are looking for a villain. I'm not going to be your villain anymore. Okay? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to be the villain anymore. So leave me alone. Leave my people alone. Go to your shows. Go use the bots everywhere else. But please, once again, you want us to do what's right and to do content and to focus on shit. We took a massive tumble and now we come back twice stronger. So please, let us focus on content and focus where we want to achieve. I want to thank the 9K subscribers. We are going to celebrate, like I said, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. Okay? No party, no extravagant parties, no nothing. 10,000, 50,000, 100,000. Okay? I already told you the best is yet to come. So you better believe me, that is coming. Okay? Shout out to Tio for the 4 memberships and Tom Foolery for the 5 memberships afterwards. Thank you very much. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for helping us to get our goal.
Evacuate the city. Gauge all defenses. Get this man a shield.
And once again, don't worry, Il Canali is doing some family things. He will be back next week for the super panel. We're trying to start the SmackDown Saturdays and bring back the Battle of the Sexes. So we're going to be doing some recruiting during the week, okay? Try to get 4 bangers for you per week. And then we fill it with the TikTok toxicity, monkey business, and all that, okay? So HQ, she says, heartbreak is a part of the risk. Let's see one person who doesn't know this risk. Keep a reasonable number on the roster. Theo says, the top 10 to 20% of men might cheat more, but overall, as of today, I'll say woman cheat more. I kind of agree. 60-40. Theo says, tyranny is literally just said, men cry more than women, and men should get over it. Now they should cry more. The lies be wild. Damn tyranny. HQ says, did he say a husband should not come to his wife to talk? What? Aww. Thank you very much. HQ says, some of y'all just be talking. Sunday is the let me talk shit from the chat day. God damn it. MC Daddy say, I'm going back to I'm going back to Cali. See, I didn't do a review show, but I had to throw a little chart in there. Okay. I didn't do a review show, but I'm only human. Okay. We talk about it a little bit on Discord. I had to say something in public real quick. I hope the lovebirds be happy after. Happy after. I don't even know what to say. I can't be fake. Let him have it. My brain says you can be fake, fatty. Don't do it. So yes, I'm going back to Cat.
The untouchable empire, baby.
Theo. Beans, does tyranny speak with wisdom? Sometimes. HQ says, I posit those women who do that are not trustworthy and never were even before you married her. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. HQ comes back and says, I never threw anything into my husband's face. HQ is a princess. She's immaculate. Pulling my social media because he's insecure is wild. Obedience is wild. Not everyone follows that book. Glenn just go to cool point. Theo, he says, if it were that Iraq wouldn't have happened. If it were like that, Iraq wouldn't happen. Carl Anderson saying, damn, 90% divorce rate coming to a store near you. Thank you, Carl. HQ saying, no. Theo saying, the man submitted and torched Iraq. Should they all have said no and left the military and then all be jailed? Yes, they will Muhammad Ali you. HQ says, you will never get submission from a woman if you lack two things: present to her safety and be a trustworthy man. HQ be sniping. HQ be sniping. Next one. We have 15 to go. Theo says, you say worthy. What does it mean to be worthy? I think the conversation was semantics. Worthy, deserve. I think worthy is deserve. If you are worthy, it means you deserve it. I don't know. Zion, $2. You got to outperform inflation to get submission now. Yes, Mola, money. My boy Vitor is in the building. Family of God, he says, yes, wife submit to your husband. Husband love your wife. Question, should she submit if he doesn't love, and should he love if she doesn't submit? That's facts. That's a good question. HQ says many reasons woman don't submit. John Henry says, because he's a black man, I bet someone stupid made a stupid comment. Am I right? Stupid. Damn. Sounds shots fired. It was tyranny. HQ says, being in debt by having a mortgage doesn't mean she's a bad with finances. That is a lie. Y'all stop that narrative. Oh, we. Let's go one more. Value has no worth unless agreed upon, because in the end, you get what you qualify for. HQ, she says, she just submits. The Bible is evil when a woman gets up and says that, geez. 5 more to go. HQ says, now I know y'all just be talking. We get another one where she says delusional might be a gender. Now she says, damn, HQ just, I think just HQ just be drinking and typing. Don't podcast while you drink, HQ. Tony Adams says, Glenn, do not leave the panel, stay Tommy in 5. HQ, I think we went way left. Ray Midnight in the boot, Diesel. It's still for the gang. Don't ever get it twisted. Untouchable Empire, baby.
Untouchable Empire, baby.
Thank you very much, Ray. And finally, we have Theo. He says, but they will still blame the man if he married the church girl and she cheated. Friends, please don't be shy. Don't be like Chef Chopinho and Tony Golden and tell me on the hour of the day that you got your birthday. Once again, shout out to Chef Chopinho. Shout out to Tony Golden. I posted Tony Golden because I already had the image. I have no idea where to find Chef Chopinho image, but I might try to do it. But if I do, don't take it personal, okay? If it's your birthday and you are an untouchable or very close to it, send me a message. I got you. If you're not an untouchable, if you don't pull up, you have to wait for next year, okay? We're doing great. Tomorrow we have another pre-recorded video for you, straight in the morning. Like on that shit. You appreciate the fire emojis. That's exactly what I need. I need you to like. I need you to like. I need to like, and I need you to comment. If it's notification, click it so we can get a little bit of a push. Other than that, everything is going awesome. Another motherfucking banger show. I'm so happy we get all the momentum back so we can do whatever the fuck we want. So Team Fatty and the Untouchable Empire signing out. Peace.
Psych! Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who's calling that shit? Who?
Yeah, OVO Sound 2025.